Previously on Unthreaded, a dice and drama story.
My name is Hex Scardy.
I am Mangus the Titular.
I'm Spyro's Hellballs.
My name is Fletch Shaft.
My parents were fiercely anti-magic.
And I was forced to flee my homeland, where I now roam free of my family's title.
You see, Spyro's Hellballs has always been a fish out of water, or an elf out of wood, as it were.
My eyes are haunted.
Where I mix up a mean cocktail, which I call the lightning bolt.
For 35 years, the only wood Spyros had ever known was his morning erection.
Apparently, I'm the only person that followed Nicrotex's instructions to the T because I was told to write 1 to 2 sentences of backstory.
You wake up, flat on your back, on a stone floor, looking up at a stone roof.
What did I do last night? Or rather, who? I'm going to walk over to the hooded creature and I'm going to pull the hood back and get a closer look.
I sit upright quickly and tell her my backstory.
I'm going to just vigorously shake the wood elf. Hello?
What the hell, man?
Who's there? What's your name?
Dude, I'm Spyro's Hellballs.
My name is Fletch Shaft. Nice to meet you.
In the center of the room is a giant golden statue of what appears to be an anthropomorphic denim pocket-looking thing, holding its hands outstretched as if it's casting some kind of spell over its subjects. Surrounding the golden pocket appear to be around 20 or so statues, all made out of stone. Nick, could you give me an investigation roll, please?
In classic himbo fashion, it's a 4.
Cool.
Guys, it's a golden statue.
I walk up to the pocket and I place my hands against it. Feels like it's alive with something.
Hex, can you give me an investigation check?
I will, but I'm going to sing to it first.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, absolutely.
I quickly run over to the door in the northwest.
As you approach that door, you can hear 2 voices arguing in what appears to be Goblin.
I say, I think we're not alone in here.
Who's out there?
Goblins?
What's the deal with that pocket in the other room and all the little statues around it? And don't lie.
Golden pocket thing has always been there? The statues only appeared yesterday, though.
I throw my hood back and charge forward at the goblin on the right.
As you're pushing up against the wall, you notice that he just jingles.
Let me hear you make that jingling sound, please. I just need to paint the tapestry.
Ching, 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 ching.
Okay.
I reach into his little waistcoat with my other hand, start feeling that little gob body all up and down.
You feel nothing in his pockets. In fact, it doesn't appear that he even has any pockets.
He swallowed them. Make him poop. Make him poop. I pull out a small vial of liquid. I toss it in the air, draw my longbow, pull back, and shoot an arrow at the flask, directed at the goblin's mouth.
Can you give me a dexterity roll, please?
I roll a 20.
Fuck! Dusty old circular room features nothing but a treasure chest sitting in the middle of it with an unseen spotlight pointing down in it.
I go up and I kick the chest to try and kick it open.
The buzzsaw flies out of the chest and cuts into you.
Guys, they put a fucking buzzsaw. Oh, my fucking foot.
I walk up confidently, now the buzzsaw, and think, well, clearly there's only one buzzsaw.
When you kick the chest for the second time, the chest just pops open. The third vial appears to be a slightly cloudy bottle of what looks to be water, and there's a label on the vial that just says genuine amethyst water.
I snatch the bottle of amethyst water from Mangus's hand and I hold it up to the light and I look at it. I don't know what this is, but I think you should have it back.
I break the seal and I throw it back.
It tastes like soapy water.
I hiccup and a bubble comes out.
Against the northern wall, you see something huge. It's a smooth statue of a giant 5-toed foot.
I squint my half-elf eyes. So one of them is an elf eye with really good vision, and the other one is just a shitty human eye.
You can see that the shiny thing appears to be a plaque, but you are way too far away to be able to read whatever it says.
I climb on top of the statue to get a better look at the plaque.
Quicker than you could have reacted, a blade shot out of the wall at ankle height, severing one of your feet clean off.
I look down to my left leg where the stump is, and I turn to the other 3 in the party and I say, I'm all right now.
I'm the only one that appreciates it, and I fucking love it.
You see a horde of little creatures crowding the room. They're little munchkin things with round, bulbous heads.
No worries, guys. I've seen these things before, and I do, and I'm not sure that I have. So I go, oh, wah, wah!
About 20 of them turn to face you, and they go,
Wow, wow, wow.
and they go,
You know we speak English, right?
Yeah!
Can I cast Charm Person on the toad?
Wow, I thought you were in another castle.
Listen, great to have you here, and I really felt like there was a connection between us, and I'm so glad that you could be a part of this. We're trying to kind of get through this dungeony, mazy thing. We're a little bit lost. There was a pocket room before with a statue.
I lost
Mangus
a foot.
lost his foot. So we're really, really struggling, and what we could use right now is a little bit of help.
Well, I'd love to help you, but my intelligence isn't very high. But if you like, me and my friends here we could just set about trying all the combinations of the gems if you want.
You'll be rewarded for your sacrifice. I don't know how, but you'll be rewarded
the toad
at
goes,
some point.
Your presence is more than enough. I love you.
And I love you, small fungus creature. Go forth with your friends and win this game for us. We've got to try and keep what little is left of our party intact.
That's pretty high and mighty talk from someone who just enslaved an entire race of toad people to kill themselves.
I am doing what needs to be done.
the room beyond the peephole is covered with hundreds of metal spikes poking out from the walls towards the center. And some of the spikes on the floor have skulls mounted on them. One of the skulls does look different to all of the others, and there is a dagger sticking out of its eye socket. You can see that there is a clumsily etched word into the hilt of the dagger, and it says the word surprise in big letters.
Jesus, man, what a sick joke.
So you reach out, you manage to grab the dagger. It just looks like a pretty rusted, old-looking dagger.
This seems like a manga special.
I lean forward into the door and yell, Sperosh, you boys finishing up in there?
Visible at the end of the long room is some sort of evil mage.
Ha! Your journey ends here, I'm afraid. And now I'm going to tell you all about how I, a man, am an oppressed species.
I could definitely cast Prestidigitator and
my favorite spell.
and get some music happening for you.
If you could play You Can Leave Your Wizard Hat On, that would be ideal.
Baby, take off your robe.
The pants come off with a third rip. A rip so vigorous it tears the Velcro from the very leather of the legs. These pants will never go back on. I start spinning them around my head faster and faster. His eyes caught on the pants at first, but then realizing my hips are doing exactly the same motion, I throw them at his face. They draw down his chest and pull at his feet. I begin to shimmy and just make intense eye contact with them.
Okay, so
who was carrying that extra health potion? Was it Mangus?
I reach into my pants, pull out a potion, and I groove on over the fletch. I groove up to him, and I start shimming my back to his back like this. Like,
Good.
And I put the potion in my mouth, and then I lean back and pass it to him.
okay, I need the
pull
two
it,
of you
and
to
hang on,
roll a
shut the fuck up.
dexterity.
Shut the fuck up. I'm having so much fun. And so I grab the potion in my mouth and I tip it down like oil on my phenomenal
The
body
music intensifies.
as it runs down. I had to roll something.
And as you are singing that hex, he suddenly hears your voice and turns to you and goes,
Hey, I remember you. I drew you so much fan art and you never responded. Why don't you ever respond?
What? That's... No. Shut up. I go and I kick his hat off and grab his head and shove it into the ground.
the wizard goes,
All the adamantine the elves are putting in the water is turning the bullywogs gay, you know.
I grab
Let's shoot
the
the
ray
fucker.
gun immediately and shoot him in the head.
he dies.
Yeah, man, you probably deserve that. Like, he was already on the way out.
Oh,
we did end up accidentally trying the same combination over and over because no one was actually keeping track of what was going on. But I did get lucky, and it's open.
Thank you so much for your incredible, Wait! I'm going to dash back into the other room and grab the wizard's hat from the ground and rush back into the front room and present it to the toad and say, for your trouble, for your toil, for your fallen fungi.
Thank you so much! Am I gonna die?
Probably.
There's a rowboat bobbing in a slow-moving stream, tied by a rope to a small concrete pier. The boat starts to slowly move down the corridor into the darkness. Mangus, you are the only one to see a disembodied arm floating in the water that just gently kind of knocks up against the boat as you go past.
Elballs, you're a sailor. Is finding a missing arm a good omen or a bad omen?
Look, it's not great, man, and I know that arm.
As you round one of the corners, you see a very faint glowing exit sign that the boat is about to move past. I'm going to give you 30 seconds of real time to decide whether or not, as a team, you get off here or you keep going.
I vote we continue.
I'm voting for getting off.
Man, like, you know.
X. Oh my god.
And
Love the feel of wood under my butt. I'm staying.
I pick up
Seven,
the severed arm.
6,
That's 2 votes for
5.
getting off.
I vote we get off. I vote we get off.
As the boat passes the platform, you all leap off quite easily onto the pier. When you enter this room, it doesn't make sense in your brain. Behind you is a wall and a door, and in front of you is a wall and a door, but there's no ceiling and no side walls. To your left and right, and behind either of the standalone walls, the room stretches out to infinity in either direction. The far door opens and 4 humanoids enter. The first is a shorter than average woman with blonde hair and a sword. The others are 3, to your eyes, identical men. They're all bearded with brown hair. One is holding a cylindrical roll with some kind of leathery fabric wrapped around it. Another is wearing a mystical glove that only covers some of his fingers. And the third, who is perhaps distinguishable from the others by maybe being a bit taller, steps forward, points directly at the entire group and says,
Here it comes.
"Listen here, you pieces of shit.
God damn it.
Hello and welcome to Dice and Drama. I'm Nick Belling, aka Nicotex, and I'm your Dungeon Master Daddy for this second and final part of this Dungeons and Dragons Dilemma for Dice and Drama. I'm joined once again by our Unthreaded heroes for the second half of this adventure, counterclockwise from me this time. We've got Mangus the Titular, played by Gus. We've got
Hello,
Hex
everybody.
Scardy, played by Steph. We've got Fletch Shaft, played by Nick, and
What a
Spyros Hellballs, played by Pete.
How's it going, man?
That voice is back. I mean, all the voices are back.
I feel like Spyrus's ears have become much cuter. It's because you don't have
Are
the
they?
cap on. They're kind of just these adorable.
Yeah,
four
yeah,
ones
yeah.
Before. Yeah.
They don't dangle well.
A valiant effort, though. A valiant effort.
Yeah.
Are you wearing eye makeup, or is my camera just glitching?
I know, I've just been crying a bunch, so it's been a rough day.
Oh, cool. Join the club.
Have we all been listening to Tay-Tay's new album?
Oh my god.
No, I got a little bit of glitter. Let's see.
Oh,
So
very good.
have you done the scars for real this time, or this is still?
That's a fake
No,
lower
the
jaw.
eyes are there. No,
The eyes are there.
That's true.
But I did
Is that
I
your
did
real
discover.
beard?
I mean, Mangus the Titular will re-emerge mid-campaign, I'm sure, at some point. I
Nice.
did also work out that if I do need to, at any point,
Mangus the Titular.
transform into our DM Nicotex, I can do that too.
What?
Wow. Hang on.
Oh,
That smile?
I feel like-
Both of you stare down the barrel and smile.
Oh my.
That's not fair. I look hideous, and he looks tremendous.
I'll stop
But
it.
if I do want to go cute, I can always go with some branded
Oh
content.
my god!
Oh no. It's cursed.
It's
It's cursed.
I feel like I need that.
There's Where are the lips? Why doesn't it have any lips?
Don't have any lips.
You do a great Nick.
Yeah.
It's a great Nick impression. I would actually love to see Nick with a beard. Have you ever grown a beard? Can you grow a beard?
I can, but it scares me every time. So I just...
You're that good looking? It's like, God, I can't take this out in the wild.
Yeah, the world is not ready.
I just don't know how to. I've never done the whole keeping it maintained and presentable. So every time I've been like, nah, it's got to go.
We'll get you a filter first, and then we can try out a couple of.
Yeah,
that's the next Patreon goal. Is Nick? Grows a beard.
I have to be brutally honest. I disconnected for a lot of that intro, so if I seem any vaguer than usual, let's put it down, chalk it up to that.
I've watched it twice, and I still am definitely going to only catch up on what's happening in the last 5 minutes of tonight's stream.
It's all good.
Perfect.
It's all good.
Perfect.
We will refresh you on what you need to know as it appears. I'm pretty ready. If you guys are pretty ready to just jump in, has everyone got their character sheets? Everyone ready to go?
Character sheet at the ready.
At the ready.
Have it.
I don't heaps remember the numbers and stuff, but I'm sure you will tell me when the time comes.
You just
I will.
stuff.
I will.
There's
Yeah,
a
you
lot
just-
of
just
them.
click it.
That's about it.
It sure is. Pete, can I have control of the music, please?
I believe you do.
Make him roll an initiative.
Okay.
No, I meant Pete. Make me.
Oh, I'm.
Oh,
it's just
sorry,
that
you're
I'm
getting
hearing-
another. Yeah. Let me take that out for you, buddy.
Thanks. All right, let's go.
Thanks, Jarish.
So,
Oh, that's right. I'm part of the all-male strip group, Manpower, and the child of that of the birch tree. All right, it's all flooding back now.
okay.
You fit a lot into that 2 sentences, Nick.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some of us have to follow the rules.
Okay. So one of the humanoids stepped forward, looked at you guys, and said, "Listen here, you pieces of shit." And as he does that, the low fog that was covering the floor suddenly whips up, and each of you can't see or hear anything. The echo of every footstep that you're making suddenly deafens, and you're standing in a white void surrounded by fog. All of the members of your party who are standing next to you are suddenly gone, and each of you seem to be completely alone. Hex, you see a shadow form in the fog, and it seems to be getting closer and closer. Suddenly, the fog parts, and the woman with the sword steps out of it. Her skin is a charcoal grey, and her eyes are glowing red. For a lack of a better term, she looks unfinished. What do you do?
I say, who are you and what do you want?
The woman says nothing, but a smirk kind of creeps across her face. And then she tilts her head to the side with like an inhuman crack. She sheathes her sword and then pulls out a spell book. Looking at the book, she stretches out a hand in front of her, and suddenly red smoke starts to pour out of her fingertips. The smoke begins to pool onto the floor until it starts to take shape, and finally it solidifies into the shape of a dog. You imagine that the dog would be quite majestic in any other context, but something looks fundamentally wrong with it. Its fur is matted and patchy, its teeth are bared, its eyes are glowing red, and it's growling at you angrily. Drool drips from its mouth, and it gives a sudden angry bark. The woman looks at you, looks down at the dog, and then says, "Go, Scardy," and the dog leaps forward towards you with an open bite. What do you do?
Oh, no.
Can I pull out my spell book and cast the spell? Do I have time?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. I'm going to cast... What's the most hectic thing I have?
While Steph is finding that, can I ask, from memory, the character introduction of these 4 people, they were all quite handsome and normal looking. It's just the dog that's fucked up?
Well, as you get closer, you can see that there's something wrong with all of them.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. What does that do?
It's a wave of thunder, Nick, obviously.
Yeah.
No,
Is it?
Okay, I bring out my spell book, I flip through the pages frantically, landing on a spell, I point at the words and I say, and a wave of thunderous force sweeps out of me. And
Okay.
everything in a 15 cube Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must take a Constitution saving throw.
Is your character doing
Okay.
a double take at her own spell book?
Okay. Okay, she
Guys,
definitely
Are
failed.
you within 15 feet of me?
That's fine.
We're all in
if-
different. We're in our own little instances.
If you are,
right
there's
now.
going to be a problem.
Okay. She fails her save. So next to where it says Thunderwave, there's a button that says 2d8. So you can press that to roll damage.
I press the little cloud.
Yep.
The music is so
The dog is
depressing.
just running. The dog is running very slowly.
Thunderwave, 1A, self, Constitution, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing to click here.
To the right of that, I see a 2d8 thing on your sheet. Do you not see that?
Are you under?
I see 3d8
Would it be under actions?
actions. I was in
Is that in
spells.
spells? You found a
it's
spell,
in-
but
It's in spells for me. Yeah. If you're looking at the description, it might be covering the button that you can actually click to cast the spell.
The dog just.
Yeah.
All the tension.
It's all the matted hair. It keeps getting caught up.
Fourth River says this is always the funnest part of D&D. This is it's
Gus.
at least. How do I?
Gus,
what do
quick, shave yourself.
Do you want me to
come have a
roll it
look,
for you,
Steph?
Steph?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll roll it for you.
Lovely.
You do 15 damage. The dog disappears, but the woman gets thrown back 10 feet and she looks up at you with an angry look on her face. She runs towards you. She draws her sword and then runs towards you. She is going to attempt to swing with the sword. Does a 15 hit you? So by that I mean, is a 15 higher than your armor class, which is a big shield towards the top of your character sheet.
It is higher, yes.
Okay, so she swings the sword does connect, and she does 4 damage to you.
Bitch.
Okay, Mangus. You're standing alone in the fog, and suddenly one of the bearded men steps out of it in front of you. He's wearing some kind of backwards hat, and he flashes you a wink and a smirk, and you swear you see a twinkle of light shimmer across his perfect teeth. He holds up his hand, upon which is some kind of glove, but it doesn't cover all of his fingers. And then he steps backwards into the fog, and he's gone. What do you do?
I don't have to do anything. He's gone.
I win.
I win by default.
The most cowardly orc I've ever met in my entire life.
I have a crossbow, do I not?
I think
I
so.
forgot Mangus the titular was Sean Connery.
Sponsored by Xbox Kids.
I think you just actually have your 2 daggers. I think Steph's the one with the crossbow.
Yeah, it's me.
I still see it in my weapons, but that's strange enough. All good. I'm gonna take a daring lunge into the fog.
Okay,
My daggers.
sure. You run forward with your daggers, and the fog just kind of like parts and then closes up behind you as you move. But no matter which direction you move in, it doesn't quite seem to. You don't seem to get anywhere.
I wildly slash as I do.
Okay, fair. Eventually, you see a shadow, and then the fog parts again, and the man steps out again in front of you. But as he does this time, he glances over your shoulder at something behind you, and you spin around to see the same man stepping out of the fog again behind you. Sensing something to your left and your right, you turn your head again and again to see the same man stepping out of the fog over and over. There's 4 copies of the same man standing all around you, and they all give you that dazzling smile. What do you do?
So I'm just at work in the office. Fuck. I probably should have done this the first time. I yell, "Who are you, you handsome devils?"
They all just kind of smile at you, and then from behind, the one you feel something at the at the one foot that you have left, you feel like a pair of hands grip around your foot.
No.
And he does a 21 hit you? Your AC. Cool. Okay. He licks your foot for 6 shame damage.
Shame damage is the worst damage type.
They're coming back from that.
I kind of like it.
What do you do?
What do I do? Oh, okay. I attempt to stab at the licker. Licky? I'm the licked.
Yeah.
You're the licked.
I'm the licked.
You're the lickhead.
Stab wildly at them with my dagger.
Yep.
Flame
So
in here.
the +4 hit /DC next to your dagger.
Yep.
Hit that. Oh, yep. 18 hits for sure. Okay, so roll the damage next to that. Cool. That's a 5. And because you are dual wielding daggers, you actually get the ability to do that again. So give me another hit with the other dagger.
So I just roll the damage, though, or do I do the hit as well?
You have to do the hit as well. Yep.
No worries. Second dagger. Oh, 22.
Oh, easy. Yep.
Blackjack. Another damage.
That's out. You're out.
Okay.
Another damage.
Perfect. All right. Fletch, you're standing alone in the fog when the man who spoke before steps out of it in front of you with all the grace of a giant spider. You can hear him muttering random insults over and over. You catch glimpses of phrases like, the man sleeps with birds, or sue me if you want, or go on buy a hentai blanket, you wuss. What do you do?
Wait, was that me?
That was
Sorry,
you.
I was totally sorry. I was still in the world where
Fletch plays it cool, and the attacker is confused.
Oh, sorry, are you talking to me?
Sorry.
No, you're right.
All I heard was hentai. So I look down and I'm thoroughly aroused, as is my wont. I believe I'm not wearing pants anymore.
You are not.
Yeah. I take out my bow. Am I carrying a dagger?
Where?
Let me have a look. I don't think you are.
You're in my chest.
You do have a longsword, which I don't know where it is, but you do have a
It
longsword.
would be on the back. It would be on my back or on my
yeah.
belt, not my pants.
Big dagger.
I take out the longsword and smile at the mist. I reach down and attempt to, having no arrows at hand, chop off my own dick to use as something to put in my bow.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Constitution?
Sure. Give me a constitution roll.
Do I just hit the row at the top?
Yeah.
It's a 13.
Well, this started early.
Okay. You cut your own dick off, but it does start bleeding quite profusely.
I don't know what you expected would happen, Nick.
Well, I mean,
yourself.
random fate universe voice.
Okay, for that, you are going to take... I just rolled a natural 20. So you, for cutting your own dick off, that's just a hit. So that does 3 damage to you for now, but it will continue doing damage unless you do something about it.
At the moment, I can't do anything about it. So I put the appendage in the bow and draw back. Aiming at... Do I see the person? They haven't retreated in the mist.
No, they're there. Yep.
Yeah, great. I aim directly at the face.
Okay. Give me the attack on the longbow, which is the +7 next to the longbow.
Yep.
That's a 16. That hits. Okay, so roll damage.
That one...
It's a 5. I'm going to say you do an extra 3, just because he just wasn't expecting a dick to be slapped into his face right now.
More shame damage.
Yeah, more damage.
Shame damage.
Okay. Spiros, you're standing alone in the fog, and then you hear a voice.
on from what's happened.
I'm trying to snort it.
It's a turn thing.
I'm trying to suck some in.
Fair. You're standing alone in the fog, and you hear a voice say, "Coming across in 3, 2," and then suddenly a man steps out in front of you. He's spinning a spool of what appears to be some kind of black, shiny fabric on the end of one of his fingers. Without warning, though, the spool lifts off his fingers and the fabric begins to unspool itself. And like it has a mind of its own, it attaches to your shoulder, and you realize the fabric is sticky on one side. Spool rotates around you 4 times really quickly with an eerie speed, and your upper arms are suddenly bound to your torso, but your hands are free. What do you do?
I reach into my pouch, which is attached to my belt, and I pull out a cylindrical can, and on top of that can is a little press button, and I say, "I've got mace! Stay back!"
Do you actually?
Okay.
Is it in your inventory?
I have a mace in my inventory.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. This is one of those clever wordplay things.
Yeah.
That Spiros
This
loves
is
to
Clever?
do.
I'll spray you.
I'm gonna allow. So what happens
You
next
would.
is the man pulls out a fucking gun and points it directly at your head. Now what do you do?
I start spraying.
with the mace that you're carrying, or with the can of mace?
Yeah, I'm not spraying like urinating, wetting myself in fear. I'm just spraying the can, and I start running around into the fog.
Okay. You manage to get away from him. He does ring out a shot with the gun. Does a 17 hit you?
No, 18 is my armor class. You suck. Phony.
Amazing. Okay, so you hear the bullet like ricochet past you, but he kind of disappears back into the fog. Hex, we're back at you.
Okay.
Sorry, are we just going to gloss over why Pete had a gun? Pete's doppelganger had a gun?
We'll come back to that.
What are we in America?
Okay.
Hex, she's standing there. She's hit you with her sword. She's looking quite damaged though.
Where's the dog
what
at?
do you do?
Dog's gone?
The dog is gone.
Gone dead, or I just can't see it?
It's just so it dissolved back into red smoke when you hit it with your thunder wave. Your thunder wave was very effective.
That's so effective. I knew it would be. Okay, in that case, I'm going to try and make a deal with myself. And I'm going to say, listen, I can see you're in a bad way. I'll make a deal with you. You tell me what the fuck is going on right now, and I might let you live, other me.
She just kind of squints her eyes, confused, and looks at you and just goes, "There can only be one." And then she swings her sword at you again. Does a 15 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. She swings. She does 3 damage to you.
Am I supposed to be keeping track of this damage?
You are, yes.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
4, and 3.
Yep.
If you click on your health up the top, you can minus the health.
Yeah, so
You can also just lie and make it whatever you want.
you can type in the box and then hit damage, and it will do that.
Oh. So I'll just do 7.
Yeah, perfect.
Why can't I type anything in the box? I think my thing is broke. Oh, I'm not signed in. That's why there wasn't the thing
that'll
before.
do it. Okay,
Sorry.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you,
What were you
thank you.
looking at?
Oh, like I can see the page. It's public. I just
Okay,
wasn't signed in.
right.
That's why I couldn't cast the thing before.
You were just in the D&D rule book, picking spells at random.
Yeah. Okay, so you have an action before we move. Before we move on, what do you do?
I'm going to say, here's a tactic you might recognize, and I'm going to employ the boldest attack in my world's Skadi arsenal, and I'm going to start furiously humping her leg.
Okay. Give me a... what would that be? I'd say that's an athletics or acrobatics check.
And where? Hang on. Where is that?
Up the.
So in the big table in the middle with all the big list of skills,
Yep.
you should be able to click one
Acrobatics. Yeah. And so I click the bonus.
of those. Where it says +2 or whatever.
11 plus 2, 13.
Yep. Okay, that does it.
Yes!
She's just kind of like, what the hell? Give me. I'm gonna say that does 1d6 damage to her.
Yeah, it
Takes
does.
2 damage.
Get humped.
She is not looking. She's not looking good. Okay, Mangus, we're gonna go to you. The other men like disappear into the fog, and the one that was kind of at your foot just like slithers back in, and then all 4 of them step out again. What do you do?
So we've tried wailing with my daggers. There's 4 of them?
There is 4 of them. You could attempt to determine which one is the real one if you want. You could do a perception or an insight check.
Mangus, ask them something only you would know.
My family's trust fund pin.
Current balance.
Let's do an insight check.
Okay.
No, the other one. Investigation.
Investigation, perception, insight, whichever one is best for you.
Investigation. Roll a B.
Oh, amazing. That's a natural 20. So you can see all of a sudden everything snaps very clearly into focus. And
I rolled a B.
and you can, all of a sudden, it's very clear to you that the one that's standing in front of you has the words Getty Images very faintly across his chest. You can see the same thing to the one on the right and the one behind you. So the one on the left is the real one. You have the opportunity to do a surprise attack on him before he can get to you right now.
Let's do it. I surprise attack and yell, Audio Jungle. So
Okay, so give me an attack roll.
12 people in the audience get that joke.
And you're going to do it with advantage, so that means you're going to roll it twice, and whichever one is the better one will take that.
Yeah, I missed the top of that. Just roll the hit with the dagger twice and get the best one.
Yeah.
On it. 18. Pretty bloody good.
Oh, perfect. Yep. Okay, so roll damage on that.
Let's get it. Oh, sorry. I rolled. Hang on. This is damage for the first one. The 18.
Yep.
Coming in. 4.
Perfect. Okay.
Can I get this again?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Let's get a B. Nah, it's just a 6, mate.
Yeah. Okay. That one doesn't quite get it. So, however, that first hit suddenly explodes him into fog. The fog dissipates back into the surrounding arena, and the glove that he was wearing falls down to the ground. You are going to get an item. And I will DM that to you, and we'll come back to you in just a second. So
limp.
What you see now is 3 paths in the fog open up to you. You can see Hex, you can see Fletch, and you can see Spiros, and you can run to whichever one you choose.
Stem the bleeding.
Out of pure horror, I run towards Fletch, and the disaster is in front of me.
Oh no.
Okay. So, Fletch, it is now your turn. So, Mangus shows up. He can't do any actions right now, but what do you do?
I don't want to.
So is my doppelganger still in front of me?
Yes.
And just describe what they're doing right now.
He's just kind of standing there shocked, looking at the fact that there's just a limp dick on the ground in front of him.
Oh, it's on the ground. It didn't impale.
No.
I thought it would have impaled.
You would think
I mean,
You need a 20 for that.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it just ricocheted off.
Yeah.
Just
So
bludgeoning.
you can pick it up. You can pick it up and use it again if you want.
As Mangus runs in, even though can he do things that I tell him?
He could. This is a combat thing. So and on the next turn he'll be able to. Yeah. But right
While
now,
you're running in, can you just pick that up and bring it over here?
Yeah, that's okay. I will allow that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great. So he picks it up.
Wait,
Yeah, great.
he has to pick it up. Do you want to?
For the sake of the drama, I don't know what it is yet. So yes, I assist by picking it up.
Okay.
Ah, he's lost a finger.
hearing Sean Connery say that is the fucking funniest thing ever. I look at Mangus. I found myself at his butt of bother. I've run out of things to shoot. You wouldn't happen to have any of those daggers handy, would you?
I carry 2, so sure, here's a spare.
Fantastic. I take one of those and I ask him to sheath my previous arrow for reattachment later. If you have any ice on you, that would be great as well.
So I give you a dagger, and in my spare dagger holder, I now put your limp dick.
Yep. I take the dagger. I draw it back in my bow, and I look cockily at my opponent.
Cocklessly.
I look cocklessly, and I look them in the eye, and I say, "This time, it will penetrate."
Okay. So give me another longbow attack.
Oh, this one's gonna fucking nail it with a 8.
Oh no.
It does not. The dagger flies.
I really like that dagger.
Yeah. The dagger flies off into the fog over his shoulder.
Oh, couldn't he just fucking fumble? Does it have to get a clear shot?
Can you roll like an 18, 19, 20 or something really high at that dagger lands in one of like Hexgardy or Spiris Hellball's fog?
Yeah. What do I do for that?
Hang on.
No, this is Necrotech.
It's a failed throw. So maybe when it's their turn, if they rolled hoping that happens, the dagger comes flying out.
That would be how that would work. I'll make each person roll perception on their next turn to see if it shows up there.
Okay.
My dagger.
So he just like runs at you and just does an unarmed strike. So he just like reaches out and tries to punch you. So does a 19 hit?
Yeah. It probably fucking does.
Yeah. Okay. So he causes 3 damage to you.
Okay.
But you bleed on him a little bit.
And you take another 3.
Yeah, I bleed a little bit. Do I take another 3?
Yes, I will make you take another 3 because you haven't done anything to staunch it.
But as I stumble backwards, I am reminded of the immortal words of my archer mentor, Whimsy Bobbins, who has their words echo through my mind, which is, "I'm half tree." And so as I stumble backwards from the punch, I look down and a tiny little sapling is regrowing where previously I have maimed myself. So I think that the bleeding will not continue for too much longer.
That's right. So what I'm going to say is instead of 3, you just take 2 damage, and on the next turn you will take 1, and then if it's still going on the next turn, you'll have it full dick back again.
Oak tree there.
Yeah. That works for me. Okay. Spiros, we're back.
I hate
to
everything
you.
that's going on in him.
How did this turn up in playtesting?
Yeah. What did Coastal do in this situation?
So I'm rolling perception at the top of this. Because at the moment I'm kind of just bound, running through the fog.
Yeah, you're being pursued.
Mace.
Yeah.
So
a man with a gun, remember?
I rolled a B.
Holy shit! Yeah, you just randomly run through the fog, and you just notice on the ground the dagger is just lying there. You can pick it up.
I pick it up and cut the tape that binds.
Perfect. So give me an attack roll, just with your mace. Why not? Oh,
I spray the tape. No, I don't. I've only got mace is my only melee weapon, and then I've got a bunch of spells.
Let's just use that for the damage.
Oh, damage? Just damage on it?
Yeah, just do damage.
Well, it wasn't good damage. 5 damage.
No, that's okay. So it's wrapped around you 4 times. It does manage to undo 2 of the kind of like wraps, if that makes sense. So you're a little bit more mobile. Okay, so the man redraws his gun and points it at you. What do? You have one opportunity to do something before he will fire.
Another action?
Yep.
All right. I feel like I'm free enough now to cast a spell. So I'm gonna go, hey man, not cool. I'm gonna guide this bolt straight at your face. And so I cast a guiding bolt at his face.
Okay, give me that.
Well, that's a 7, not a 5. It's only 12.
It's not gonna. Oh no, his armor class is 12. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, fuck off, mate.
So give me damage on that.
A radiant 14 damage.
Holy shit. Okay, he is not looking. Oh, it's radiant. Okay, that's also has an effect. He explodes into a cloud of fog.
Take that, Shadow.
And a pathetic-looking firearm falls down onto the ground, and I'm going to send that item to you. Hex, we're back to you.
I get a glove and he gets a gun? Alright, we'll come back to that.
Shoot Gus.
I'm going to dust myself off from the previous hits that I've taken, and I curl my lip up and I say, let's end this. And I pull out my crossbow, aim it directly at the shadow right between the eyes, and fire.
Okay, give me an attack roll on that.
The music drops and then followed by...
Unfortunately, you miss.
God freaking damn. I thought I was supposed to be good at this. I'm an elf.
So, the one thing that I forgot to do is Spiros, 2 paths open up. You can see Hex in one, and you can see Fletch and Mangus in the other. Do you run towards any of them?
I don't run. However, I get myself in an Overwatch position by crouching and aiming my newly acquired weapon.
Okay.
So that I might have advantage on a shot that I take at this distance.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Hex. She does not look particularly impressed. She's going to attempt to swing with her sword again. But she rolled a 2. So both of you missed each other.
Excellent.
Mangus, it is now your turn. You're with Fletch. What do you do?
And Fletch is still facing off against his doppelganger.
That's correct.
Who is not very hurt. Oh, the gun.
He's pretty hurt.
Okay.
You could finish him if you hit.
Sure. I reach down to my dagger holder, I withdraw the weapon, and I attack with it.
Okay. Give me a roll.
But it's his dick.
Oh, okay.
Important distinction.
Yep.
Important
give
distinction.
me the dagger roll regardless. That does it. Yep. You hit him with his own dick.
Wait, no, not me. Hang on. I hit the doppelganger, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, you do hit the doppelganger.
Technically, it's his as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Damage?
Yeah, damage.
Dick
Plus
damage.
3 shame, whatever it ends up being.
Plus 3 dick. Oh, good stuff.
4 plus 3. That's it. You kill him. Okay.
Dick death.
The man turns into fog, and a single black tablet with a shiny glass rectangle on its front and a series of buttons clatters down onto the ground. Nick, I'm going to give you that item.
Oh, fantastic. I run and get it and attempt not to trip over the vines growing out of my crotch.
Okay, so
I lean
the two
forward
of
and
you...
handed back his appendage. So,
Sure.
Leave the George.
The two of you can see Hex, and Nick, it is your turn.
I'm just reading this thing. Okay, so my opponent has been felled.
Yep. You have not taken an action yet, so yeah.
No.
You can see a clear path to Hex.
Well, I'm gonna take that clear path. I scream out, Scardy, since that's her last name, and realize too late my mistake. And is the dog still alive?
The dog has disappeared.
Oh, the dog's fucked up as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I just run towards Hex. But I do it in that sort of like slow motion, arms out, running on the beach, excited to see you style
Growing
situation.
dick. Still
Growing
bleeding.
dick, of course. Yeah. Like it's now
In
flowering.
that classic
at some
style.
point.
Yeah.
You know,
Classic
like
style.
that scene in Top Gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Chariots of Fire. That music is playing underneath as well. Do I need to do anything to check if I can run? My
No, you
character
can run.
seems pretty inept. Okay, great.
You can run, that's fine.
Fantastic. How exciting.
You make it to her, and what would you like to do?
I would like to say, have you seen Spiros anywhere? I've got Mangus. I've found you. Where's he at?
I am midway through trying to reload my crossbow, which keeps getting jammed for some reason, and I'm just swearing profusely at it. And upon your arrival, I turn around and go, huh? And then the crossbow bolt flies out, pointed directly at your newly grown tree dick.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, God damn it.
Okay, Nick,
Steph, roll an attack.
how bad does she splinter me?
A 7.
Okay, it shoots
I
between
can
your
take
legs and bounces off the
Incredible.
ground.
Well, that was
Amazing.
damage, not rolled to see if it hit, though, right, Steph?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you weren't doing damage yet. You need to see if you hit.
Where do I do that?
Spiros, shut the fuck up. You're in
I
the
want to see
mist.
the dick blow up. I'm watching all this.
Where do I do that?
Where it says crossbow, there's hit DC and +4. You should be able to just click the +4.
Under actions, I think.
Yeah, under action, sorry.
19.
God fucking damn it, Spiros.
Yeah, you hit him. You hit him for sure.
7 damage, remember, 7 damage.
Yeah, there is a crossbow bolt just embedded in his crotch right now.
That's okay.
He takes
That's okay.
5 damage as a result. 4 damage as a result of that. Sorry.
I
The
said,
crossbow bolt.
ugh, oh, I'm so sorry, dude. You can't creep up on me like that. I get very distracted.
Yeah. I look down. Thankfully, the crossbow bolt is also made of birch. So I'm like, I just look twice as thick. I'll live.
It now just bends a little to the left.
Yeah, that's all. I reach down and pull it out.
Yep.
Do I need any sort of check?
No, you can pull it out.
Yeah,
You can just pull it out. That's fine.
I pull it out and I hand it to Mangus and say, "Here, carry this as well."
Okay.
I pop that in the now empty dagger sleeve. Oh god, is that what we call it?
Cool. Nick, it is still your action, so you have an action to take.
Oh, Spiros
shadow
is
is
still in
still
the
there.
mist somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I start shouting out his name because I am feeling quite alone right now with someone who attacked me, and
By accident.
it doesn't make a fucking difference. Spiros, Eros, Spiros, Eros.
Yo, man, I can hear you. What do you want?
Are you okay?
Yeah, man, I'm watching. That looked gnarly, dude. Right in the tree trunk.
Okay. It seems weird that we're yelling this out over a large area. Where are you?
I'm kind of like, I think I'm near enough to see you in the magic realm of shadows, man. Like, look to your right, but down and then up a little.
Okay, I take off the only piece of clothing I have left, which is my shirt, and I begin to whip it around my head. But in doing so, I'm hoping to create enough breeze,
blow enough smoke
that I clear the mist around me, and I head towards the voice.
Okay, yep. You managed to do that because
You're
the
gonna
path
get shot
is
by me too.
the path is relatively clear. Yeah. Cool. So I think we are going to go back. Who is next? Spiros, it is your turn.
All right.
I'm going to give you advantage on a shot at the Steph shadow if you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
want to take
targeting. That's what I'm targeting.
Yeah.
And it's a dex check.
Yeah.
Duck Fletch, I'm taking a shot. Dexterity. That was a 10, but the advantage one was a 10.
You miss. I'm not going to say that you hit anyone else, but you did miss.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Hex.
bad.
Hex, we're back up to you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw the crossbow on the ground in frustration and go, ugh. And then I'm going to look at the shadow of myself, and I'm going to say, the only thing that will destroy you is the person who knows your deepest, darkest fears and insecurities. And so I go running towards the shadow of me, and then I stop right in front of her, and I start whispering into her ear, all of my deepest insecurities manifest to try in an attempt to wither her into an emotional ruin.
Okay. I'm going to make her do a wisdom saving throw. She rolled a 6. So that's a fail on her part. I want you to give me, just give me a 2d6 roll. So that in the bottom left where there's like the little dice icon, you can hit a d6 and press it twice and then press roll.
I rolled a 2.
That's okay, she's still alive. She's very, very close to death, though. She's very close to death. Mangus, it's your turn.
I reach to my dagger hilt. I grab the weapon, and I attack her with it.
Okay.
And still the penis.
Yep.
Didn't you offload the penis?
I took it back.
Okay, good.
He didn't hear me when I gave it to him, so I just held it limply and went, he's fine, he has something else growing. I attack with shameful penis.
Okay. Give me
Can I just
a
be
dagger
put it out
attack.
there?
Shame.
It's becoming
Shame.
the, like, best weapon in the game.
Yeah.
Dagger?
Yep.
Big dagger coming up.
No, that still hits. Her armor class is 12. So give me attack on that.
Damage.
Cool. She suddenly explodes in a burst of smoke and fog. A single
Does it
piece of
again?
parchment flutters down to the ground where the woman previously stood. Steph,
Her
you
deepest,
get...
darkest insecurities couldn't fell her, but in the end, she was ruined by a dick.
Okay. So, the fog fades and all 4 of you are standing back in the Infinity Room in the exact same positions you were in before the imposters entered the room and the fog obscured your vision. Can everyone roll perception for me, please?
Perception.
In the list, Steph. The middle list.
2, 3.
Yeah, that's awful.
Sorry, I missed what did everyone get?
I got a 14.
9.
Cool. Spiros. As the fog clears, you catch a glimpse of something hovering in the center of the room. You suddenly realize it looks exactly like the giant golden pocket statue you saw very early on in the dungeon, except it's blue and it's a lot smaller and it looks furious. And with a pop, it disappears.
Dude, I may be like real fucking high or something, but like, there was like a blue, like, you know when you're wearing pants, Fletch? And like,
No.
I don't know how to describe it, man, but it was scary as shit.
Was it did it look anything like the I think what you're talking about is Velcro. It's the Velcro strips along the side of the pants.
No, man, it was like more like a cup, but out of fabric.
That's what. Yeah. No,
Fabric
right,
cup.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Like,
That's what you push down the front of the pants to impress.
Hey, yeah. It was like a big phallus thing, you know, like okay, that's what we saw. All right, let's go after
So
it.
we're being hunted
all
by
agree-
an angry blue phallus.
We all agree that's what we saw, right?
Sure.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Okay.
Hex has
Angry
no idea.
cod
She
piece.
rolled a 3.
Yeah,
She was facing
I'm
the other
blind,
direction.
stupid, and clumsy, so I can't do anything.
Sucks at insulting? Or no, what were you trying to do? Shatter her emotionally?
Okay.
Yep.
I think now would probably be a good time for you guys to share the items that you got. I have DM'd them to you on Discord.
Mhm.
Right.
I did find this cool gun. I shot it.
What happened?
I missed.
Okay.
So Pete has Drang.
shoots.
It's a gun. It shoots. It's a dex check and it does 3d4 damage on hit. It has 4 bullets. He has shot one of them.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
I have the sex magician's glove.
Bang!
I
shot 2.
no longer have a hand, and Peter has 2 bullets. And
Sorry, man, I don't know how this thing works.
I can use the glove to create a non-corporeal illusion, and I have to prove to the DM that I can draw a representation of the illusion that I'm attempting to conjure, but it can't make any sound. And if anyone tries to, so I can use it to make like a big scary monster, I guess, or another dick if we need one of those. I guess.
I mean, that's been the only thing that's been so successful so far. So I would say, yeah.
Double down.
Hex, what did you get?
So despite my crossbow and my emotional damage skills being so terrible, my furious humping generated an energy that allows me to conjure forth Skadi herself. And she glows ethereally, and in combat, she shares my initiative, but she obeys all of my verbal commands.
Nice.
And she can bite, and she can charm, and she can alert us of danger and noises and stuff, like every loyal canine companion should.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
And Nick.
Fletch. I got a Steam Deck. Within a single room, I gain the power of my choice from a main character of any game that I currently have installed on the Steam Deck. To use this power, I must also be able to prove to some sort of ethereal being that I do actually have the game installed.
Interesting.
I'm wondering whether or not partially installed games apply.
Nope.
Disembodied voice. Alrighty then.
And I'm going to need you to put it on the thing on the cupboard behind you when you are not using it, so that I know that you are not subtly installing things.
So you're saying I mainly have the power of solitaire.
Damn it, why did I uninstall God of War?
Cool. Okay, so as you approach the exit to this room, you notice that the door doesn't have any visible handle. Instead, there are 4 keyholes in a line along the door, and above each keyhole is a button.
I press 1.
Which one? So there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, basically.
3. Yeah, I knew you were going for 3.
1?
Okay.
Too obvious.
I knew you were going for 3, man. Like, why not?
All right, You press a button, and back in the center of the room, with a whoop, a portal opens.
What a button!
A whoomp. Hey man, did you guys just hear a whoomp?
Okay. I inspect the portal and look for any more discerning features. Can I see through the portal?
You cannot see through the portal. You have to take a leap of faith into it.
Or
Push someone else into
reach
it.
into my dagger hold. I withdraw the weapon.
The weapon.
And I throw it through the portal.
Okay. It disappears into the portal. Okay. Yep.
It's still the dick. I scream no.
Also, in this moment, can I ask Spiros, I believe you have something sharp and pointy of mine?
Oh yeah, man! I got a dagger. I still have tape around me as well.
Yeah.
I cut that off. Yeah, I give it back to you. Yeah, thank you. I give the knife back, and you cut the thing.
And it finally returns home to the dagger holder.
Lovely.
But nothing has happened through the portal. Nothing has been thrown back.
Nope.
Well, I'm game.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a pretty cool hole. I put my head through it.
With a quick, as soon as you touch it, you find your entire body sucked through. And you are on the other side of the portal.
So I was right to put the dick in it first.
I see the dick's blade on the ground. Still kind of like spinning across the floor.
I'm not going to tell you what you're seeing yet, because I would like the entire party to move together.
I scream, Spiros, no! And I leap forward into the hole.
Oh god, with some conviction next time, Fletch. Come on.
Okay.
Spiros, no! And I leap forward into the hole.
Okay. So once
I don't want to miss out, because that's kind of my thing, so I just follow. I get through as well.
I am looking at something else entirely, but then go to take a step and trip over my own feet and fall face first through the portal.
Good.
Okay. Once the four of you step through the portal, it closes behind you, and a long, empty table appears to be the star of some bizarre spectacle in this room. You see the dick just kind of lying on the floor in front of you as you step out of the portal. Bright lights
pick that up.
Bright lights shine down onto the table, and just visible past it are rows and rows of creatures staring at it with eager anticipation. You've barely set foot in the room before you're blinded by a bright light and deafened by the sound of a raging river. Or is that pause? It takes your eyes a moment to adjust, but you soon find yourself squinting into a magic spotlight hanging over rows of enthusiastic monsters. The faces are masks of delight and relief, and a hobgoblin beckons you to join her in the middle of the room. And in a magically projected voice, she addresses the crowd of monsters and says, "Welcome to the finest dungeon entertainment you'll find in the entire Forgotten Realms. It's a word from our sponsors. Monsters love commercials, and this show is entirely that. Commercials!" And the crowd erupts into
I start
cheers.
clapping along with the crowd.
Good, yes.
Wait, it's like,
This is awesome.
Okay, can everyone roll perception for me, please?
what?
I yell, "Hey, great hole, Mangus!" across to him while that's all happening.
I roll a
10.
16.
Cool.
I also roll a 16.
18. Very perceptive.
Oh. Okay, I think almost all of you see that through the darkness beyond the spotlight, you can make out 12 goblins, 8 bugbears, 6 orcs, 5 zombies, and 4 vampires. You could pretty easily take the goblins and maybe some of the orcs, but literally everything else in the room is going to absolutely fuck you up. The hobgoblin turns around and hisses at you guys. My regular host bailed on me. I need you to fill in. If you don't, they're going to attack us all. Don't worry though. They really love commercials. Just pair up and tell me which one of you wants to go first, but for the love of Pockety, hurry up. I can only stall for so long. She turns around and starts smiling and waving at the crowd again, and under her breath, she kind of mouths back, "You good? You got any questions?"
So we're trying to sell... We just got to sell stuff to these guys?
She's like, "Yeah, I've got a bunch of items for you. You just pair up and tell
cool.
me which one of you guys want to go first, and then I'll give you
Okay.
the thing and you can just do it.
Spiros, we good?
All right, man. Let's go.
High five,
What do we
Kristen.
got?
Okay, so you two are going to go first?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to send you the description of the item now, but she essentially turns around and hands you a pair of finger-thick rubbery antennae that swing from a rippled sheet of plastic. I've sent you some additional information about the item, but then she hands that item to you and just pushes the two of you in front of the crowd, and the crowd just goes nuts.
It's like, what are we reading? Yo!
What's
Monsters!
going on?
What's
So,
the happity haps, guys?
Spiros, tell me what do you have there?
Yeah, Mangus. Well, you wouldn't believe what I've got right here in my hot little hands.
Try me.
Well, it's a glove, but not as you know it, Mangus.
I'll take it from here, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure thing. What we're looking at here, Spiros, have you ever found yourself in the position where you're unable to create a bright material version of a sigil?
Yeah, all the time I wonder that. I'm like, where am I gonna find a brightly glowing material sigil?
Well, worry no longer, Spiros. As I, Mangus the titular, I'm here to tell you about a pair of finger-thick rubbery antennae, which I'm not getting the message on and might be missing some subtlety here, but these simple antennae swing from a rippled sheet of plastic. But there's more, Peter. Spiros.
Well, absolutely, because you see, the material manifestation is made from a flavorless foam, so you won't even want to eat them.
Great news! And there's more!
And there is more. You can use these antennae to do anything you ever dreamed of. Listen to the radio.
Entertain your friends and family.
Hit heroes.
And there's more, but we're out of time. So, order
Okay.
today?
So I want you guys to roll either charisma, persuasion, performance, intimidation, or deception, whatever makes sense for you.
You mean we could have just rolled instead of done all of that? Okay, cool.
No. So I am going to give you both advantage because of the fact that I threw you in with no prep time. I've actually sent Steph and Nick their item already.
Yeah, and we're totally prepared now.
So what were those ones again? Charisma?
Yeah, charisma, persuasion, performance. I don't think you
I didn't hear
They're all the
intimidation
same.
in
They're all a
that.
+1.
Okay.
Are you trying to
Yeah.
scare them into buying it?
No.
whatever works for you. You're basically looking to, as a team, create a... Okay, so you rolled a 16 and you rolled an 8.
Yeah, I got a 17 with my +1.
Right, okay. You hear a massive applause. They are so impressed with the way you sold that item.
I swing the antenna around in circles and throw them to the crowd.
Yeah, a whole bunch of coins start being thrown at you guys. There's about 20 gold pieces just kind of bouncing across the ground. So the hobgoblin's just like, oh my god, amazing! Thank you so much. That was brilliant. And then she turns to the other two, and then she pushes a large pill-shaped metal object crisscrossed with straps of black leather into your hands, Hex. And then she pushes you and Fletch in front of the crowd, and they just kind of wait there expectantly for you.
Okay. Listen, Fletch, I'm really sorry about before. If we could just pull that behind us and try and get through this, I think this is going to be fine.
It being where you shot me in the dick?
Correct. Yes. That's
Okay,
correct.
yeah, cool.
Hello and welcome everyone to this stunning opportunity for you all to get your hands or claws on this box of mysteries. It's smooth, it's round, it's got leather, and when I open it up, Fletch, what do we see inside there that these lovely monsters and creatures could use?
I start pulling out my wallet.
Well, Hex, are you sick of your food not making noises?
Correct.
Quiet food. The vampires know what I'm talking about. Don't we love it when our meals groan and moan at us? I know I do.
One of the vampires yells out, "Yes, I hate that!"
All right, shut the fuck up. I'm selling this. Today, we're very excited to present 3 smooth suede sausages that, when lightly pressed, emit groaning noises at different pitch frequencies. Steph, tell the lovely people what this is useful for.
So many things, Nick. I mean, Fletch. So
Hex.
let's imagine a scenario. Let's say you're trying to impress a partner, and your lovemaking prowess leaves something to be desired. So you go into another room. Let's give a couple of these suede sausages a press. The groaning sounds that come forth are sure to impress anyone for miles around that you are the absolute stud, top business making sexy time creature in all of the land we're in.
Just make sure that before you do that, you tell the person that you're trying to sleep with that there's someone else in that room that you just went into, because otherwise they'll think that you're just the best self-pleasurer, and that's not really what they're looking for, is it?
Hey, if you love yourself, you can love others too. And I think that's a great way to share your sexuality. So think about all the possibilities of these groaning sausages.
However, they are suede, so don't get them wet.
But they're
Only
so
3.
soft.
And that's what you're looking for, soft. They're only 3 easy payments of $49.95 plus $100 postage and handling. And these suede sausages in a large pill-shaped metal object crisscrossed with black straps of leather could be yours.
Okay,
so exciting.
So
exciting. Oh, and I just start pressing them random.
Okay.
And then I start playing Stairway to Heaven, because that's kind of what you do when you get a musical instrument for the first time. And everyone there is kind of like, oh my God, this again. But they have to kind of like nod and go like, yeah, you're doing a great job.
Stairway, dude.
Okay. Pole says you guys get advantage on your rolls. It's Jep says, I will say Nick's support noises are on point. Loki Cat says the sexual energy is through the roof. Reese Wild says they're selling it for sure. And Coastal City says that I'm in tears of laughter. So
can I ask what Rose Halliwell
Rose Halliwell had something to say is in there as well.
Yeah,
I think at one point.
Rose Halliwell
did say Goose and Peter were stronger. But
okay, sorry, yeah. Okay.
$20 worth of audience gold stronger by the sounds of it.
Okay, so give me your rolls, the pair of you.
What are we rolling, sorry?
Charisma, persuasion, or performance, whichever you feel.
I'm going to go with... persuasion or performance, did you say?
Yep.
I've rolled a 13 performance.
Yep.
God, they're all terrible, so I'll just roll charisma.
Oh. Yep. That does it.
You get a B?
The audience goes absolutely nuts. Goes absolutely nuts. And they start throwing
Keep playing Stairway.
And they start throwing gold coins. They're just so impressed with how this entire segment has gone so far. You look over at the
do not eat them. Do not.
You look over at the hobgoblin and she's smiling, and you see a bunch of items also start bouncing across the floor. One of them is a key, and the other is an arrow that looks like it has feathers made out of a love heart. What do you do?
I look for the penis that got thrown through first.
Yep, so that was on the floor near where you came in.
I grab the arrow and hand it to Fletch. And don't say anything. It's just an unspoken. This is what these. I think you need these. Please use this next time.
I'll grab the key.
Okay.
Can we go off theater of the mind for a moment and just first time chat. Epic's their first comment ever in our chat. Did the penis accidentally get thrown in with the mystery box?
We've lost it.
Okay. Hex, the second you touch the key, you see back near where you came in, the portal reopens.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This thing is our ticket out of here. Guys, should we leave?
Yeah, let's go back through the puddle, man. Who knows what's on the other side? This is
Hey,
awesome.
throw the dick again, just to be safe.
I throw it into the crowd because I see an owlbear with its beak open as I'm waving it around, so I throw it straight down the gullet of the owlbear.
Probably for the
No.
Give me a dex roll. Just flat dex roll.
Dex. Dex for Dex. It's a 15.
Yeah, it goes straight into its mouth. Well done. All right.
Who has that? Who has that arrow?
you do. I
it's
gave
handed
it to
to
you.
You passed it to me, didn't you? Yeah. I'm staring at the arrow, transfixed. So transfixed, I don't notice an owl swallow me whole. But I hear Hex's voice in the distance saying, "It's our ticket out of here. Let's go, let's go." And I shake myself out of my reverie, slip the arrow. Wait, I'm not really wearing anything. Hold the arrow. And,
You shelve it.
Just tuck it under an armpit.
Shelf.
Clench it between a butt cheek.
I tuck it between the cheeks, and I run and dive through the hole.
Okay.
I'm third through. And then beats
the
it.
four
Yeah,
of
I'm back
you-
through waving to the crowd.
The four of you find yourselves back in the room with the infinity room that you started this encounter in. So you now have a key to one of the doors. A key to one of the keyholes. There are 3 other buttons. You've got 1, 2, and 4 that you can press.
How many
Wait,
keyholes
so-
are left, man?
One.
So the key.
keyholes?
How many keyholes are there?
4. There's a button
Okay.
underneath each keyhole that opens a portal.
Oh, right. Okay. They're all
And so we
Maths
know that
adds
this
up,
key
man.
opens the portal to the place that we just went with the goblins.
No, man,
No,
the button
no.
opened the portal to the goblin auction and the Dana's direct, whatever. And if we press the other buttons, we'll go and get the other keys.
Hex, put a key in a hole.
Okay. I'm just going to walk up to the closest keyhole and shove the key in.
But there's still
Okay.
3 keyholes that need
There's-
keys.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I
press
press
one.
button 1.
Yeah, I
Press button 1.
We both
Perfect.
press 1. Our fingers cut.
Another portal opens, and I'm just going to
go.
assume you all jump in.
Rick and Morty style.
Okay, so this room is one of those chain restaurants that looks like a wacky tavern with all kinds of bright lights and kitschy crap on the walls. Numerous patrons cower at the tables. Hopefully the food's not that bad. Then suddenly an animatronic iguana wearing overalls and a straw hat comes over and says,
Hi, welcome to Frankie Frank's. You all need a drink?
she's trying to be like some kind of Southern belle and is carrying a guitar, except she's a robot lizard and her name tag reads Layla. What do you do?
Layla,
Actually,
I'll have a
I am-
lightning bolt. It's a drink I've come up with myself. 2 parts Sprite, and I forgot the rest.
Shaken, not stirred.
It's just Sprite. I attempt to order a drink. I'll have a beverage.
She goes,
Yeah, what can I get you?
I'll have a Sprite.
and she's like,
Sure, anything for the rest of you?
Oh, I hate that voice.
I'll have a flagon of frosty ale if you have it, please. A flagon.
More on brand for what we're doing. Sure.
Right.
What's the... sorry, Spiros?
I'm joking on whatever the fuck is happening right now. I'm just coughing in the corner. Spiros is coughing in the corner.
Get that
What's
man
the-
of water.
What's the food situation like?
she's like,
Anything you want?
Do you do sliders?
Yeah.
What kind of sliders?
What kind of you after?
Oh, God.
Do you do falafel and pickled eggplant?
and she goes,
I'll see what I can do.
And just
Right,
winks and then walks back off into the kitchen.
Oh no! Wait! No, I was just curious. I'll have a
Yes?
Sprite too.
Okay, sure.
Okay, cool.
Wait. No ice in mine. They always try to get you with ice. It's already
She's gone.
Oh.
She's gone. She's gonna. I look at Mangus. They're gonna get us with ice.
They're gonna get us with ice. I look at the people cowering under the tables and chairs perceptively. One might even.
Yeah, sure. So you don't need to perceive much. You can see that there's
Okay.
about 10 to 12 people dotted around the room. Some of them are kind of staring off into space. Some of them are hiding under tables. Some of them are like occupying makeshift forts.
I walk up to the closest one I can find and say, "Hey, little buddy, what's been happening? What's going on? Why so
Heidi.
hidey?"
So let's say it's a little goblin,
Sure.
and the goblin's like, this is you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Once you come in, you can't leave.
Is that like metaphorical?
He's like, no, it's quite literal. I've been here for 3 weeks and I can't. I can't get home.
Yo, man, what's the name of this bar? It can't be the Hotel California, right?
Oh my god.
He's like,
That's where I'm from.
I don't know where. It's just people just come into the restaurant from all over the multiverse. And they just show up and they get stuck here, and the Slaughterfest is going to start in
him.
like 5 minutes.
This is ridiculous. I'm going to stride over to the bar or the kitchen or whatever's there, and I like slam my fist on the table a few times, and I say, "Who's the owner of this place? I want to talk to someone who owns it."
All the robots. So there are 3 other robots just kind of like working the kitchen and doing stuff. They don't seem to be really paying much attention to you.
This is foolish. I'm gonna make a beeline for the exit. I try to walk.
We just got to find a key, guys.
I try to
We just
walk
gotta
out the
find a
exit.
key.
So you open the exit, and you open the door to what you presume would be the outside, and you're just confronted with a stone wall.
Shit.
Is there a key in that door, man?
There is not. It's a
Maybe.
wall. It's a wall.
Oh, okay.
I look around to see if there's any other possible exit here.
Yeah. So when you can see windows and stuff, but they all seem to have the same stone kind of covering over them. And you can see like next to you, there's like a woman and her son, and she's kind of just like holding him and just like stroking his hair. There's like an older guy kind of sitting at the stage where there's a robot just like playing a guitar. Yeah.
Can we look?
I go up to the robot is playing a guitar.
Mhm.
My perception, whether it's right or not, is that the robots are in charge here because they're cool. Like they're chill, and everyone else is freaking out. I go up to the robot guitarist and I go, "Hey man, that's some. Do you know Stairway to Heaven?"
The robot just kind of ignores you, but the older man who's kind of sitting next to him just goes, "Psst, hey, you're new here, right?"
Yeah, man. What's up?
He's like, there's the Slaughterfest is going to start in like 3 to 5 minutes, and I think you probably want to. You don't know what happens here, right?
No, but I don't think hiding under a table is a way to hide from a Slaughterfest, man. Do you know any keys? Have you seen a key or anything?
I have not seen a key, but I'm just going to tell you what happens so that we can all move on with our lives.
I walk away from the man.
And so he kind of like yells out after you. He's like, every 12 hours, the automatons announce a Slaughterfest and they begin killing everyone in the restaurant. And after the last patron gets killed, everyone comes back to life without a scratch, but with full memory of their violent deaths.
Interesting.
I assume we all heard that because he ended up having to yell it, correct?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, wow, I'm not sticking around for this. All right. Goblins. Mothers and sons. Shit. Old men. Who are hiding hiding by guitars. There may come a day when you will hide from danger But it is not this
Oh,
day.
she's muted. She's hit
Today.
She hit mute, but not for VMix, so the chat can hear her.
mute. This is the most.
But
All right.
today, we revolt. We stand up, we take arms, and also search for keys in case there are any or hiding around anywhere, and we tell us about that. And today we fight the robots. Who's with me? Woo!
All of the patrons are just kind of sitting there, but you look down to your side, and there's a little humanoid boy, and he's just tugging at your shirt.
Yes, child, what is it?
He's and he goes, I managed to kill one of them once.
Oh, yes. How did you do that? With a crossbow? Because let me tell you, those things are super unreliable.
He goes, no, I tried to think about ways that I could break a robot because they're really strong. And every time we tried, they just kill us all anyway, even if we get one or two of them down. But I did yell, what's the square root of -1 to one of the robots, and its head exploded, and but that doesn't seem to work anymore. The next time they came back, I tried it again, and it just said it doesn't sound like anything to me. So it's if we can maybe think of some way of breaking their brains, maybe we could get out of here.
Child, are you telling me you defeated the robot with maths? Because I'm telling you right now, that's really not going to work for me.
Or anyone else in this party.
He goes,
because
I don't know.
while the person behind Spiros might be okay with this, Spiros is high as fuck right now.
Yo, but I tell you what, I've got some stoner philosophies, man. It'll blow anyone's mind. Like life's the rehearsal for a show that never goes up, man.
Good.
And the kid's I don't know about that one, but maybe if you kind of had some sort of access to some sort of scrolling block of text where people could offer suggestions, you might maybe find some way of...
What's the last digit of pi, man?
Okay, so all of a sudden klaxons start going off, and the bear robot, which is playing a guitar at the stage, steps up, lifts up the banjo that he was playing, and just brings it down on the old man's head and crushes his head.
Jesus.
All of a sudden, the other 3 robots start leaving the kitchen and headed towards you. What do you do?
I rush. I imagine there's a small stage, the performing automaton.
Yep.
I rush to the stage and I grab the microphone on the stage that I assume is there. And I say, "Robot servers, wait. I have 2 questions. Question number 1. If a man with a sword that can cut through anything attempts to attack a man who has a shield that cannot be cut by anything, what would happen? And number 2, where's my fucking sprite?"
Okay, so the automaton with the banjo suddenly turns around and looks at you, and his head just starts twisting, and then smoke starts pouring out of his ears. His head explodes and he falls down onto the ground. And you
I get all excited, and I jump up and emboldened by Mangus and say, "Yeah, where's my fucking sprite?" and look at the other robots.
You can see the other robots slowly just kind of also twitching their heads, but they kind of seem to be gaining some sort of information. They stop momentarily, but then they start progressing towards you again. I'm going to say each of you will, other than Mangus, will get 1 action before they arrive.
Right, so that was my turn. Yeah, that was my turn.
Yeah.
I'll be back after a beverage top up. I say, yep, no, you go.
No. I invoke the power of the Steam Deck.
Uh-huh.
And I do I just tell you the game? Yep.
Yep.
It's Cyberpunk.
Okay.
And I jack in to the closest robot.
Yep.
Getting all Johnny Silverhands on their shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to totally allow you to do that because that's why I gave you that power. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You are able to hack that robot.
All right.
What do you want the robot to do?
I get the robot to stand up really straight.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns its head and it looks every other robot in the eye. And then it turns around and walks straight for the beverage counter and pours Mangus his Sprite and then turns around and brings it straight to him. But on the way, I am not used to walking in these robot legs, and I trip, and the Sprite cascades over a collection of the robots nearby. And even though it's normally, you can't really hurt them at all, I like to think that Sprite, being the stickiest of all of the soft drinks, just really fucking gums up damn works.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to say you gum up 2 of the other robots. You've still got the one that's under your control, but you can that will momentarily pause them, but it will not stop them. You've bought everyone more time, essentially.
And as it finishes, I scream and try to lap up whatever Sprite is left in the cup.
Yeah.
I was gone. Did our Sprites arrive?
I took over a robot using the power of Cyberpunk for the Steam Deck and poured you your Sprite. But as on the way to bring it to you, I tripped and tipped it on a robot by accident.
Shit. You can't run Cyberpunk on a Steam Deck.
Yeah, there's no way that's installed. Yeah, I'm just like, I've like I go up to the 2 that are now gummed, and I'm like, yo, Reading is just staring at a dead tree and hallucinating.
The one that's closest to you when you do that starts steaming from the ears and its head explodes.
But also, does the one closest go, yeah, that's true. That's not a logic bomb.
Yo, man, it's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind.
Yeah. Cool. You've got 2 left.
I am going to walk up to one of the robots and stare deep into its eyes and say, at the end of the day, we are all brought here by love and friendship, and you will never have that, will you? Because you're just a robot. And everyone says love is the greatest thing that you can ever have, and you'll never have it. How does that make you feel, robot? How does that make you feel?
The robot goes, I do not feel.
I'm gonna, and then I just kick the robot in the nuts.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I
do
feel
not
bad.
feel.
There is a tick, but nothing else happens.
Stupid robot.
Does anyone else want to do something before it caves Hex's head in?
I jump off the stage. I'm no longer on the mic. Is there just the one left? 1 or 2?
Yep, just 1 left.
Just the one. I grab the last robot. I push it down into one of the booths. I then quickly swing around into the other booth, and I sit down. And I light a cigarette. And I press play on a tape recorder, and I say, it's a tortoise crawling through the desert. It's lying on its back. In the hot sun, its legs upwards. The sun beating on its belly, trying to turn itself over. Do you help the turtle? Blade Runner, I'm doing Blade Runner. Blade Runner.
Do you say that at the end?
I say that at the end as well. I don't remember the quote exactly, but I give it the turtle line from the Void Camp test.
Okay. The robot starts to vibrate, and then all of a sudden, like, its head starts spinning around on its body and flies off into the room. As the head
Like
flies
tears
off into the room.
In rain. I never saw the film. I don't know what I'm saying.
The head bounces across the ground, and as it does, a key falls out of the head. What do you do?
All right, let's get the key and scram.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna fast forward this along. You touch the key, the portal opens.
Anyone want to get through the void while it's open? Victory. Open invitation.
Spiros is helping everyone?
Yeah, I'm inviting everyone else through.
The little child's like, oh yeah, can I come?
Too late. We all jump through.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. You are back in the key room. You have 2 more buttons that you can press.
2, boom.
Okay, you press. You press 2, and that one opens. Okay. The 4 of you step through the portal. No, that's the wrong. Sorry.
Is this still like some
That's a
jazz
different
room?
Step through the portal?
You step through the portal. I
club
was
music.
reading the wrong wrong thing. Okay, the 4 of you. No,
It's a
why is that
meadow.
Oh, the portals are broken, guys. We pressed 2 buttons.
The portal's
at once.
broken. Sorry. Okay. The 4 of you step through the portal. It closes behind you, and you find yourselves standing in a rectangular room. This room's pretty standard. Not much going on. But there is one thing. There's a round, fleshy monstrosity hovering a few inches from the ground. It's a big son of a bitch. It's maybe 5 feet in diameter. 4 eye stalks protrude from its glistening hide, and a single eye observes you above its slavering mouth. All 5 of the monster's eyes fixates on you. It doesn't attack. Instead, it just smiles and it says,
Content. Make me content. I will reward. Tier 1, key. Tier 2, foot. Tier 3, bespoke ad and the opportunity to own a segment. You will get a shout out at the beginning of that segment and at the end of every show. Oh, and I will give you a big clue. This might help.
The monster opens his mouth and unfurls a long tongue that stretches out to you, Hex. On the end of the tongue is balanced a scroll of parchment. What do you do?
I gingerly go to take the scroll of parchment from the tongue of the thing.
Okay. When you take the scroll, it just kind of smiles and the tongue just like retracts back into its body. When you unfurl the scroll, you realize that the parchment is magic. Letters are being written by an invisible force at the bottom of the parchment, and as each line is added, every previous line shifts up and begins to fade. You see Confused Echidna with an emoji. You see Gazra, ooh, get your foot back. You see Maiden Muse with another emoji. You see Middo Fanfare, oh, it's me. So, just step outside of the narrative for a second. Is how this is going to work.
I think we get it.
You're going to have a few minutes to plan a live performance of some kind for the monster. When you say you're ready, both the monster and myself are going to leave. I'm going to take off my headphones so I can't hear you anymore, and I'm going to leave the room so that I also can't see chat. While I'm gone, there will be a timer, and when the timer ends, I will come back and the performance will go live. If you decide you don't need the entire timer, you can just shoot me a message and I'll come back sooner. So the show is going to last for about 5 minutes. As a group, for each action you take during the show, I'll have you roll a bunch of performance or persuasion checks, and those checks will add up to give you a score at the end. So let's say Nick stands up and does something, tells a joke. Based on the quality of that action, I'll tell you to do a roll, and it might be at either advantage or disadvantage depending on how much it entertains or offends me, and also chat. If you rolled a 15, the team's total score would be 15. If Gus then did something next and rolled a 10, the team's score would be 25, and you're basically trying to build that up. If you don't make it to tier 1, the monster will attack, and you'll have to kill it to get the key. And that's going to fucking suck for all of us. Are there any questions before I leave?
Why do you have to? So why are you leaving?
Because I want to be surprised by the performance.
He wants to be entertained as well. He's the content monster.
So this is like a group performance that we're organizing.
Yeah. We get 5 minutes to discuss what we're going to perform, and then we perform it for 5 minutes once Nick gets back.
Okay.
I just want to check that Pete and Gus, you understand what's going on?
Yeah, man, it's fine.
Okay, great. Cool.
All right. I will be back at the end of that timer.
All right.
Does this music keep playing the whole time? It's
I
very
think
stressful.
I'll turn it off for us and let the audience.
Well, maybe turn
suffer
it
through
down.
I'll
Can we turn it down for
it's down.
the audience too? Because they want to hear us playing it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Fuck, audience. We don't.
Sorry, I can turn that down too.
No, I got it.
Okay,
It's all good.
you got it? Okay.
Just mute the tab.
How did you hear that? Get out of here. It's 5 minutes. So we have to right now devise a 5-minute segment that we're going to perform as the characters.
I vote we do a rap.
For 5 minutes?
A 5 minute rap.
5 minute
off
rap.
Off the cuff. The 4 white people
5 minute
Yeah,
rap.
that'll go well.
plus Gus. This will
Let's not do
go
a
great.
5-minute rap. Let's not do a 5-minute rap.
Okay, so Nick wants to be amused. What is Nick amused by?
Why don't we do a truncated version of our show? Like it's the same thing. We're good at that. That's the thing we can do. We just truncate it and we tailor it for him. So it's like
Doesn't
It also
seem
has to be
great.
in character, in my opinion.
that's what I mean.
Otherwise-
We're as all our characters. Like Fletch, Spiros, Hex, and Magnus have a variety dungeon show.
We've been adventuring. Hey, welcome to our show. We've been adventuring for years.
I'm just saying,
we-
what have you been experiencing in dungeons? Let's go around
Yeah.
the room. A little bit
Yeah.
of that.
What if
Yeah.
we did a let's play of Dungeons and Dragons and we played as him doing this?
we leave, and then we leave for 5 minutes.
we set up a task for 5 minutes, then we leave.
I don't think we'll get any points for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of people are saying read his Twitter, read his tweets back to him.
Again, I think it's anything in human world. Like I think Gus is onto something where we just like obviously we'll just talk shit in character, but we'll like what if we've devised that we do we're a roving
Or a
band.
dungeon variety.
Minstrel.
Yeah, like
Yes.
well, not musical, but like we get on
Yeah.
stage and we perform like a theatrical kind of performance for
We know-
small
we know
towns
the-
as we're kind of a troupe.
Yeah. Sort of what's the
Or we
fucking
rap
Station 11
performances
style.
Station
for
11.
Small towns.
You could,
Rapping.
Steph
Yeah.
can rap.
Yep.
Steph
So
can-
Steph will rap.
Steph will rap. intro.
Yep. Good.
But yeah, like I'm just saying, what y'all been experiencing in dungeons
Yeah,
is
that was my first one. It wasn't my favorite.
It's funny.
It's a good
It's funny.
segment. It's a
Yeah.
good segment. And then we all just like talk about one thing that we've done in a dungeon recently. And
Yeah,
that would be just from this adventure.
analyze it a la
Yeah.
game critics with the same kind of questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
can do a dungeon themed cock up.
Spiros, yep, good. Yeah, could
live
you draw
around
something really
suggestions.
quickly?
I can literally.
Just like, yeah, great. Okay, good. Yeah, beautiful.
So we can do that
Uh,
live.
Yeah, good. And we could do a Spiros' party time where we all just
Yes.
hit a fucking blunt like a motherfucker.
And then we just sit back and try and remember the lyrics to Rob DJ.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 minutes. Let's like write down what we know we
Okay.
want to do.
So
rundown.
I'll host. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Do we know the name of this place?
The realm of.
The realm?
But sorry, no, what we're in? You mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Neverwinter, right? No, that's a city. I don't know.
Yeah.
D&D
Oh yeah, so
world.
look,
I'll
fucking
do a
throw
little
it
intro.
all in there. Who cares? It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
No one likes this shit.
Yeah.
Just like throw in
Yeah.
all the references you can, even if they're wrong.
Yep.
Like, can chat hear me say that? I should have
Yeah,
said that.
Cool. So then we go to a segment of I'm just saying what was it? What you all been dungeoning?
What y'all been doing in dungeons?
What do people do in dungeons? What you been playing?
We just talk.
What you been
adventuring?
raiding? What you been? Yeah.
What you been? Yep. What you been?
Just saying. What you all been raiding?
Yep. Cool. Then we go to and then what do we end on?
Oh,
they'll fill
Dolphin
up.
Pants. What you all been slaying? That's pretty good.
Just saying what y'all been slaying. We talk about
Yeah,
a monster
that's
that
wonderful,
we've
wonderful.
interacted with.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. We got 50 seconds. We got 50 seconds.
And
that-
then we go to
Quick ad break.
and then what was the second thing? Yeah, let's do which ad could we do live? Let's do a little bit of coastal.
No, let's do the ad that we just did for the finger thick rubbery antenna.
I never want to do that
Yeah,
again in my
okay,
life.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll do an ad for that.
Finger thick rubber
Do the 30-second
what was the
version
second
of that.
segment? And then what was the second segment we had?
We can do a really fast pock art where you suggest things about the monster.
Yeah,
Monster.
yeah,
Or the
yeah,
monster can suggest things and I'll draw it.
You could do one of Nick. You could do one of Nick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But Nick is the
Yeah,
monster, so he can be like, I can ask.
You can
the
do one
monster.
like, imagine
but
if
make
there
it
was
like
some grand creator devising all of this.
You guys
exactly,
talk,
yeah,
all
like
of
and
this.
you guys talk over the
Yeah.
top like crazy, and then it's a Pete's Spiros's party
No,
time.
don't
we
have
may
time
not
for that.
even
It's
have time for
5 minutes,
that.
yeah.
Probably
and then
we'll have to
say
cut
goodbye.
that. We'll have to
Okay,
cut
cool.
that. Okay.
Cut that.
Cool.
Okay. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that music blew out all of your ears. I didn't mean
No,
for
it
it
was
to
just-
be
it
that
was-
loud.
It's a good one.
Cool.
Dusk closed his call. He's coming back. He's coming back. This isn't.
Okay,
We're not stalling for time.
No, that's fine. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so just before you start, a hole in the ceiling slides open, and the monster floats. The monster floats back down, and is just like, "All right, I'm ready to see what you're going to give to me." Some kind of weird
Do it in the
previously
voice, mate. Do it in
on.
the voice.
Oh, sorry. He's like,
Okay, I'm ready.
and, when the timer ends, you see some sort of like weird previously on clip sort of start to play, and you see footage of yourselves. This isn't an actual clip. You see footage of yourselves moving through the dungeon from earlier. You see clips of Hex skewering 2 bats with a single arrow. You see the zingers that you gave to the alt-right wizard. You see Mangus getting his foot cut off. You see a pile of toads immolated and on fire. While this is happening, the ceiling on the panel slides open. 6 other monsters join the original monster, and it just goes,
I hope you don't mind that I brought my friends. You're coming across in 3, 2.
Hello, welcome to the metallic chainmail pocket, coming at you live from Neverwinter Dungeon, starring Hex Scotty, Spiros Hellballs, Mangus the Titular,
Sprite.
It's Little Will. And me, Shafterson. Tonight on the show, we got a very special show tonight. Of course, before we start, Spiros, we do of course need to thank our sponsor, and that is Pixel Mead for every early morning pickup that you need. Pixel Mead.
Pixel meat, man. Like sometimes when I'm really high, I'm like eating like really salty snacks, and I'm like, I'm so thirsty. And then Pixel meat, man, it quenches every time. It quenches every time.
I bought a whole
know what?
bunch of Pixel Mead. I wish we didn't get any for free that I probably could have had.
You probably should have checked your. I'm gonna
Pigeon?
say
Raven?
pigeon inbox.
I love
Called a
Pixel
coop.
Mead. I drink Pixel Mead every day, and I'm just stoked that Pixel Mead is here and supporting us all. So well done, Pixel Mead, and you guys should check it out too.
And I too drink Pixel Mead for the next 3 months. All right, let's
Use the
move
code
on now.
Chainmail Pocket on your pigeon, and it might come back.
Let's move on now to a little segment that we like to call What Y'all Been Slaying? Brought to you by a real piece of shit, Nick Belling at Twitter, as we always, as is a custom here. Twitter, of course, is the sound that birds make in this world. But birds also occasionally just say things that they overhear other people say, and then they just go around and tell everyone else. They tweet at everybody else and tell them what they said. And one of the things that this person, Nick Belling, tweeted out was, "Oh, ha ha ha! I'm just gonna make these fucking idiots come up with the content when I'm the dungeon master." That sounds like a good use of everybody's time. Hashtag Kanye West sucks. Alrighty then, let's move on with the segment. Mangus, what have you been slaying this week?
Yesh. Okay, what have I been slaying? I went to a dungeon recently. It is free. It's on Dungeon Pass. And I wandered in, not quite sure what I was going to expect. I went into the dungeon, seemed pretty basic to begin with. Music was good. Very pixely. Very square things in that. I really liked that aesthetic. But suddenly a door opened and some enemies came at me. A group of them in a line, much like a wave crashing on the rocks. And the first group of them came at me, and I thought, easy, I've got this. And then suddenly, no sooner had I felled these enemies, a second wave continued to come through the door.
Incredible.
Lo and behold, a third, fourth, it continued onwards like this. I had a fucking ball in this dungeon. Love
that for you. Love that for you.
It was just, I was like, skip the other dungeons, skip all of them. I just want this dungeon to slay all these enemies. I lost a lot of time in there.
Fantastic.
And I'm definitely going to keep going to that dungeon.
You really do have a type of dungeon, don't you?
I do.
Hex, what have you been slaying this week?
I've got a weird one for you because this is a genre of dungeon that I don't usually like to slay in, but it's kind of like I guess a bard rhythm experience, and I don't know, I'm just not great at them usually because I can't really sing, but that's great because this one had me doing kind of like beat poetry, which was really cool. Here's like a little example of one of the sort of successful beat sort of poetry slam moments that I had in a tavern that I think was pretty successful. It was like, yo, I'm an elf and it's pretty cool. Don't act like it's cringe or play the fool. I came here to fight, adventure, and roll. Get your dagger on and fight that troll. One thing I've learned since I landed this crit is that we're all nothing but pieces of shit. Oh, yeah. And I got like
excellent.
10
That's
out of
great.
10 for that beat poem. And now I think this might actually be my thing, you guys. And you guys were all like, you shouldn't play that genre. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And like, I feel like I was really successful. So, screw you guys.
Hex, I say this every week, but I'm going to join you on one of these poet slams.
I look forward to never seeing you there. Never seeing you there, Angus.
This really explains why Hex was quiet for the 5 minutes before the show started. Spiros, what have you been slaying?
Yeah, man, and I know I say this all the time, but I'm like, I'm playing this like mobile slay. I was on a cart between towns and like just twiddling my thumbs, and then like, I just felt like I needed to slay something, so I just I pulled out my portable slaying device, which is just a mace. It's just a little tin of mace, and someone across from me, I was just like, I'm just gonna slay them. So I tried slaying on effectively this cart. Mobile slaying, and I think when you're on a cart, there's not much to do, man. So it's like it's a good way to kill time. It's not maybe as complex as going into a dungeon to slay. It's maybe not like a beat poetry thing, but I think when you're really just trying to like slay for 5 minutes on the cart. It's a good place to kill a little bit of time, and before you know it, you're at your destination.
You might have forgotten, but I'm half orc, which means my other half is human, which is my mother, who loves mobile slaying. Absolutely loves it. So I think there's a real future in it.
Yeah. It was called Goblin Crush Saga. So we were just like, I just looked at a dude and he looked a bit goblin-ish. He was human. And I crushed him.
Cool. I never really think of you as the sort of mobile cart slayer guy, but it seems like that's kind of what you're drawn to more and more each time we enter one of these dungeons. It's interesting. And finally, because we are running out of time here, everyone knows I played the most me game ever. I played the most Fletch game ever. I slayed the most Fletch dungeon ever. Sort of walked in, and you know how I like my dungeons to be sort of like not so violent at first, almost like, I don't know, like a dating situation, like some sort of, you walk in and you get matched up with someone.
Oh yeah.
And this dungeon that I walked into was pretty amazing because I instantly got matched up with someone just like me. And it was incredible. So I was kind of like facing off against someone just like me. And at first it was a bit like sexy and I was kind of really into it. But then like you never saw it. Just the most fucked up thing happened, and that was I decided to chop my own dick off and shoot it at the face of like the person that I was trying to.
Yeah, that's weird.
I was trying to like
That's weird.
like and it got really meta as well, because like then I was aware of the fact that like, well, what if my dick grows from me, and what if the severed dick grows another version of me, and then suddenly there's like 3 me's, and anyway, then we all just stripped down and hopped into mechs. So it was just one of those like classic dungeons that I love. And I really implore people, if you haven't tried this kind of dungeon before, I know it sounds weird. There's a ton of shit you need to push through, but like I guarantee you've never sort of entered stuff like this before.
Fletch.
Okay, cool. So
Fletch,
I'm never touching that dungeon.
Dungeon of the Year.
you would love
potential?
it. Look, at the moment, it's definitely top 3. It's definitely top 3 dungeons.
There's no way you're finishing that, man. I don't want you to come back in next week and say, "Oh, I finished it and it was great," because I know you haven't finished it.
There's somebody. I still have Paradise Dungeon that I need to finish. So that's what we've been slaying this week. That was whatever the fuck Mangus was talking about. The rap dungeon from Hex, Spiros's cart dungeoning, and then of course the weird little anime dick dungeon. Okay, we're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back with more Chainmail Pocket after this.
Hey, Angus, Mangus, have you heard of a finger-thick rubbery antenna that could swing from rippled sheets of plastic?
Spiros, of course I have. Don't think I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, when you trace your finger on the plastic, a sigil will glow brightly, and a material version of the same sigil will appear.
Sure thing. You guys want anything from the shop?
Yeah, a material manifestation is made of a dense, flavorless foam out of that thing.
Black. Comes back from black. This thing's great. I'm gonna try eating it.
Nice
it's
one.
disgusting. Add
Good.
card.
Bleh.
Title scene. Card.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Coming back in 3, 2. Whoosh.
Welcome back to the show, everyone, and a big thank you to 2 thick pieces of rubber popping out of a sheet of plastic, I believe was pretty close to what the product was. Okay, we're going to move on to our next segment, which is a little something we like to call... did we come up with a name with this, Mangus?
Sparrow's party time!
I thought it was something about art.
Oh, it's paint me like one of your orc girls.
Paint me like one of your orc girls.
Yes, let me just run over here and set up the easel, as it were. So I haven't done one of these in a while, but I thought maybe we could. We've got a special guest, I think, who's volunteered to have their own portrait done in ye olde brush strokes. I think it's the big fucking creature that was in the room we walked into.
Shit!
I'm fairly certain that's
we got them on the line. You guys talk to them. I'll draw what they'd like.
Big creepy creature in the room. Do we have you?
Hello, this is such a surprise.
Big creepy creature. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, it's a bit dark in here, so we can't really see you. Can you just give us a how do you think you look?
I'm kind of round. I've got 5 eyes and a really big tongue. That's kind of my favorite feature about myself.
Big tongue.
Yeah,
Man, who doesn't love a big tongue?
Lots of like kind of teeth, would you say as well? Like I feel like I saw some light glinting off some teeth.
There's a little bit of teeth action going on.
I'm currently doing
I
this
don't put them away.
in blood. That I don't have regular ink, so I'm just doing this in goblin blood. Sorry.
Good.
Oh, that's fine with me.
Big scary creature hanging from the ceiling, I believe. Are you what's your favorite band? Movie? What sort of?
If you like
you
that
into?
Fucking band,
Yeah, if you like that band that everyone else likes.
Ballpark Garage or whatever, fuck off.
Yo, you like Parkway Drive, man?
Fuck
That's so
off.
cool.
Look, I'm just a fan of the kind of local bards here that we have in the Forgotten Realms. They're kind of niche. I'm not sure that you'd know them, but I really did like that rap that you did earlier, though.
Thank you.
That's a really genre-defining thing that really sits well with me.
I mean, I
That
thought
feels
so.
a bit like recency bias, but okay. Cool. But
How many eyes? 5 eyes.
5.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
put
fine.
Parkway Drive poster there, just to be safe as well.
Sure thing. Cool.
Hey,
Are you afraid of spiders?
That was going to be my next question.
And there has to be.
We want to
there
get
has
to know
be-
you like real deep, man. Like
As-
fears and things. What's the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, man?
I'm not a fan of Vecna or swords, and I'd say if you're talking about things that I love, it's just like really good content. I like to just really support people who don't do stuff that I like, and I'm just it's actually kind of an honor to be here with you guys, even though I only just met you. You're doing really well, and you've kind of always been an inspiration for me for at least the past 5 minutes. So.
That's really beautiful. Unfortunately, you seem to be one of those people that doesn't really offer anything concrete that we could draw. It's really hard to draw the manifestation.
Mangus,
Yeah, but like,
Put a
what if we,
7
like-
foot in there, and also James Corden.
Done.
Definitely put James Corden in there. And I think
James
we're
Corden
kind of there.
as Vecna, holding his sword.
I am really loving this, by the way.
Yeah, cool. And what level of the fundraising Patreon equivalent tier are you on?
I'm absolutely going to be on the top one. It's looking pretty good right now. I'd say there's been a lot of really good things that have happened so far. It can all go south, but I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, this is looking pretty good. There's James Corden here, who of course does exist in every universe. And so, yeah, are you happy with this? Do you feel like we've captured you?
You really did, and I just want to thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
No, thank you. Honestly, thank you for having us. Thank you for supporting us as well. Because I don't know if the other guys can hear me anymore, but yeah, I actually love doing these, and I don't do them enough. And I know everyone fucking hates them, but that's great. So I really have a lovely time. All right.
No, I don't care what they all say. I think they're great.
How we've gone for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we just got one more segment.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yep.
Okay, cool. It's time for our second ad break. So we'll be back with more Chainmail Pocket after this. Sausages that are made. Oh, yeah, let's do that one.
We built this castle
too close to
the moat.
too close.
Coastal castle.
Castle.
We built this castle with no drawbridge.
Next ad break. Daddy i drama, daddy i drama, daddy i drama, daddy i drama.
It's an Italian.
And welcome back to the end of Chainmail Pocket with one more segment that we like to call Spiros.
Spirit's party, yeah. Spirit's party time.
Everyone's favorite. Spiros, what party game are we going to be playing today?
We're gonna play a game of pass the blunt. Pass the blunt. Where did I put that? Oh shit, man! I swallowed it earlier when the narcs were passing by.
Where did I put my keys?
So there's no blunt. The blunt has been passed, or will be passed in several hours' time. I'm guessing now.
Yeah, it's in my small intestine, man.
All right, that brings us to the end of the show. A big thank you. I'll read the credits. And Dungeon Master. All right, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. We'll see you next week for another episode of Chainmail Pocket. Until then, let's chainmail it out.
Chainmail now.
What the fuck?
Okay. I was writing down each of the individual bits and the reactions that chat was having to all of those bits, and I was
Hello and welcome to the post show sponsored by Loki Cats. Very excited to have you here.
Oh fuck, we are niche with the niche.
Steph, get off your phone for God's sakes.
Hey Fletch, you got a good one for this post show, man. Remember when you cut your dick off and hit a man in the face with it?
I do. Yeah, I absolutely do.
What I don't understand is that all I wanted was for you to participate in this thing in a wholesome way, and I feel like the start of our second mission, you're already cutting your dick off.
So
and I love that you're here, but also why? are you like going in this direction with like your dick on the floor and like not attached to your body? I just don't understand.
So I met a wench in a tavern. I think what I did was fine, but I think you guys will think it was weird.
Mangus man,
You're losing
you can't
points,
say
you're losing
wench. You can't say wench.
Can't say wench
Bring it
anymore.
back, bring it back.
No,
Isn't bad.
No.
Can't say wench,
no,
man.
If you are a wench, you can say
call
wench,
yourself
but
a
you
wench.
can't say wench.
Like, that's confusing.
No. All right. I think we're done. I've got a steam engine to catch. I'll see you guys later.
Okay. So, yes, I was writing down each of the individual segments and chat's reactions to those segments. I was going to make you roll for each one, but I'm just going to say you made it to tier 3 because that was absolutely fucking fantastic. Thank you very much. That was way better than I thought it ever could have been.
Oh, if we don't get a fucking key for that.
Yeah. So you're going to get two things.
Two keys?
The spectator, which is the name of that monster, just like comes up to you after you guys have finished. Is just like,
I love it. I love everything about it. I would love to watch a show like this every single week.
and it spits out. It retracts it opens its tongue, and balanced on the end of its tongue are two things: the key and Mangus's foot.
Wait, what? Have I lost a foot?
Oh my god! Oh, he was away. He was away for the recap. He was away for the recap.
Yeah,
watch the recap video.
Yeah.
I'm all right again, or less. I'm both. Whatever that shit joke was.
I'm well balanced again.
Cool. As soon as you touch the foot, it begins to glow and reattaches itself to your leg. So congratulations, you have gained your foot back. And the spectator looks at you, Hex, and says,
And if I can give you one more clue, I would say
and it looks at the chat parchment that you have in your hand, and it just goes,
don't lose that. It will be very important to you in the final battle.
Okay. I swiftly pass the scroll
swiftly
to like
loosens.
literally anyone else.
You give it to Fletch Shaft, who's got no looks around his nude body.
I clench it in the cheek again. I wrap it around the arrow.
Yeah, you're gonna fire the scroll into something.
okay. So you touch the key. You touch the key, and another portal opens back up to the Infinity Room.
We go back through and run and hit 4.
Cool. You hit 4, and a portal opens really quickly, and a key just pops out for time reasons.
And I say,
Cool.
I say that's the quietest portal I've heard all week.
Cool. All right. So you now have all 4 keys. The 4 keyholes are ready to receive them.
Mm-hmm.
Do we
Give
all
the other
turn?
keys?
Let's all put a key in, and
On
with my
3,
bar.
everyone. On 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
1.
counting?
Wait, who's
On
2.
3 or
Sorry, are we-
after 3?
3, 2, 1,
no.
go, or on 3?
I'll make.
or...
I'll do like 3, 2, 1, go.
I'll be honest. I
Okay.
already turned
Okay.
mine. Mine's already turned.
Okay.
All right. I'm
All right,
putting
I
mine
turn
in.
mine.
Okay.
I turn mine.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
3.
And
So
when
on
you
3?
turn,
I turn it back.
I turned mine.
Wait. Have you turned yours
Wait.
yet, guys?
I pressed the button again just to see if it reopens.
the buttons
And
do
then we
nothing.
turn.
Damn
Okay,
it!
you
Buttons
all
do nothing.
You all turn, and another portal opens up. And when you all jump through it, you see something that looks familiar to you. All of a sudden, you are back in the room with all of the statues. Again, in the middle, you see a giant statue of a golden denim pocket, and surrounding it is a series of smaller stone statues in all varieties of shapes, sizes, and poses. Is this because I went to the effort of writing 20 statue descriptions and you fuckos blue-balled your audience by only looking at 4 of them last time? Who can say? But right before you verbalize your intent to not look at any of the statues again, just to really piss off everyone in the audience right now, something happens. The door behind the pocket to the north that leads to the giant mouth in the wall, and the door to the east that led to the money-eating goblins both suddenly slam shut, and you hear them lock, and then the floor begins to rumble. The golden pocket statue begins to sink down into the ground. And as it lowers, you realize that the top of the pocket was actually an open hole that extends down in some kind of dry water slide deep down into the earth. With a thud.
Dry water slide?
We call that a slippery dip.
That's just a slide, I think.
Sure. With a thud, the top of the pocket becomes level with the floor, and suddenly there's silence. All of the statues are still right there, though, and I've got their descriptions right here. What do you do?
To the
I jump down the
slide!
Are we going in?
slides.
Well, let's try to do that again.
we all rush for the slide so fast that we get crammed in the top, completely stuck.
Okay.
For the amount of time it would take to read 20 statue topics, but we don't, and we just fall through the slide.
Yeah, totally.
The dry water slide.
Yes.
Okay. So, the slide drops you into a room that's got some real room before the final boss room kind of energy. Everything in here is eerily quiet.
Look at all
The
that
first thing
waist-high
you
cover.
see, the first thing you see is a giant imposing door on the opposite end of the room with 8 red lights around its border. Written across the center of the door is the word confront in giant blood red paint or blood. On the left and right side of the room are 4 cubicles, 2 on each side, about 10 square feet each. The 4 cubicles are labeled exhibition, repentance, indolence, and restitution. And Pete, I have a scene for this if you want to jump over to that. You see that there are wires running from the 8 lights on the door into the 4 cubicles, and 2 of the wires go into each cubicle. What do you do?
Had graphics the whole fucking time.
Graphics from 2000?
Confront.
So we can go through any of these doors, including the confront door?
No, so the confront door appears to be locked,
Okay.
and these are just 4 cubicles.
I could look-
Cubicles.
I could use the wisdom that is at my fingertips, but I feel I need to ask within the party, what the fuck is indolence? Fletch?
I don't know. I know insolence.
Okay. Because right, okay.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well,
It's
Indolence
me, man.
is laziness. Indolence is laziness.
It's me, man.
Okay.
fucking lazy of me not even to look it up. So restitution of me. The other one. Okay.
Need my wine.
Okay, can I just go through the exhibition door?
Sure. You open the exhibition cubicle, and inside that cubicle, you see 2 things. On the left is a giant tub of bubbling warm water on what seems to be a pressure plate. And on the right is a small pedestal with an open spellbook on top of it with a single page ripped out.
I go and look at the spell book.
It seems to be blank. It's just, there is
So it
just
only
an
had
open
one
book,
page?
and there's just like one torn piece of paper kind of sticking out of it.
Interesting. I do my best thinking in the tub. So I strip down, and by strip down, I mean remove the arrow and the parchment from my butt cheeks.
Yep.
And jump in the hot water.
Okay. You jump into the tub, and the pressure plate that it's sitting on seems to sink. And as it lowers down, everyone else in the room gets a brief flash of one of the lights in the exhibition room turning green. But then it quickly turns red again.
Oh.
Okay.
I start jumping up and down in the tub.
The tub starts moving up and down on the pressure plate, but it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
I go and walk. I just open the doors to the other rooms because I'm feeling like
Well, yeah.
there's bits of puzzle pieces in these that are specific for each member.
Yep.
So pick a door.
I open indolence.
Okay. So in this cubicle, you see 2 things. On the left are 2 mannequins, and there's a coil of rope on the ground next to them. And on the right is a pedestal with what looks to be a safe, and the safe is labeled DCV.
DCV.
Does DCV mean anything to anyone?
I head to repentance.
Okay. When you open repentance, you see on the
Repent.
left is a small table with a
thou
skull on it.
shalt be saved.
And the skull has 2 notches in the top and bottom of its left eye socket. And next to that skull is an old rotary phone. You, the human, know that it's a rotary phone, but presumably Mangus doesn't understand what that is. And on the right is a small pedestal, on top of which is a statue of a hand.
This is some miss-level shit.
I guess I'll go into restitution.
Okay. You go into restitution and you see on the right is a pedestal with what looks to be, and I don't know how to describe this in a fantasy way, it's a dock for a Steam Deck. The fact that it's a thing that it exists is fantasy enough. And on the left is a small tiefling child sitting in a chair, and the child goes,
Hello?
Hello, small child. How did you get here?
The child goes,
I don't know. I just kind of, I don't
and it just starts crying.
Don't cry, small child. Does anyone have any experience with children?
What the fuck is in your room? So can we just hear one more time what was in in the restitution room? There was a child and
a Steam Deck dock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which feels like a Fletch shaft.
Fletch?
Yep. I can't hear you. I'm wearing a towel.
Which means I'm heading to exhibition.
All right, I head to exhibition as well.
What?
Hey, did you guys?
All right. I'm naked at the top. Hang on a second, guys. You got to knock.
I feel like okay. You've been naked from the waist down the whole time. This comes as a surprise to us.
Yeah, but when I'm wet, it's totally different.
Fletch, there's a child in restitution. I feel like you should put some pants on and go and see if they need me.
Definitely in that order.
What's the deal with this room? You just hanging out in a bathtub?
Yeah, there just seems to be a bathtub. There was a book here with a piece of paper, but I'll go look at restitution. I run to
I'll hold your
the
spot
restitution
in the
room.
bath, and I sit in the bath.
Good. I burst through the door of restitution, remembering your sage words about pants, and I immediately grab the kid, lift them up, and say, "Give me your fucking pants." I rip the pants off the kid and squeeze into them. I'm surprisingly svelte, and so I managed to fit.
No one cares that if you fit the pants. It's more about the kid.
I look across and notice a Steam Deck dock. I drop the kid and pull out the Steam Deck, presumably from my ass, where everything else has been, and sort of look at it, look at the dock, look at the deck, look at the dock, look at the deck, dock, dock. I sit the deck in the dock.
Okay. The Steam Deck goes into the dock.
Put the child
and
in the dock.
then all of a sudden a clamp flies up over the top of it and holds it into place. And outside, one of the lights on that cubicle turns green.
Oh, nice fucking effects, Nick. Fucking legend.
Oh my god, it is mist.
He turned a light green.
You can't do that.
In exhibition, I noticed that when Mangus got into the bathtub, the light presumably flashed green again for a second.
Yep.
So I get in there with him, fully clothed.
The plate lowers down, but it's beyond the point where the light flashed green as it was going down.
Okay.
Okay. Hetch?
The kid in the bath.
Thanks for the help. A little crammed. Might I suggest you hop out?
Can I ask, what does the bath look like again?
It's a hot tub.
Alrighty.
I feel like I'm in the right room. I don't know what to do with the ropes, but I think the DCV is the Destiny content vault. And I'm going to put Drang inside the safe, and I close the safe door.
Okay. You put Drang inside the safe and you close the safe door, and another one of the lights turn green.
I shoot 2 bullets into the air before I do it.
So,
can I ask?
Hex and Magnus, what are you guys carrying again?
I have a spell book. I dropped my crossbow, and on the floor of the exhibition room, I think is the scroll that you took out.
That's right.
Of your
that
pants.
Scroll. That, and I might be crazy here because I'm wearing kid pants and it's cutting off the blood flow pretty quickly. But maybe that piece of paper might go in some sort of book that it might be.
You fling the scroll over from the restitution cubicle into the exhibition cubicle. Catch. Thank you. let's give it a shot. I put the page of the scroll in the book.
As in the chat parchment?
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen when you
Run
do
it back.
Oh, God damn it. I got it.
Mangus, I need you to get out of the tub.
Hex, I don't want to be rude. I think it's a one-person a room thing.
Okay, Mangus, I need you to get out of the tub.
I don't know that it's your room, Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus, I think that it might be her room.
Okay, I'm off to repent.
Yes, that feels
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. Please repent.
And
look
to
at the-
remind myself... Sorry, you go, Hex, you go.
I look at the tub and I sigh and I go to put a foot in it and then I say, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Not again.
Get in the tub.
And I'm making a fuss. I'm making a fuss and I can't do it.
What's going on? I shout from the other dressing room. What's going on?
All right, listen. I always wanted to be
Yeah, guys.
an incredible mage, but I couldn't afford to go to mage school. And so, sometimes in life you try different occupations. And when I was trying to learn spells and stuff, I figured out this cool, like, scrying thing where you could have people, like, view what was going on in your, like, mage study. And I was just, like, playing around with spells, and I was just taking a bath one day. And then I figured out that, people could watch me while I was in the tub. And it was just super successful, I have to say, and honestly quite empowering for me. And I felt really good about it. But my parents, they figured it out and they banned me from their house and they refused to pay for mage school. And my career was cut short. And I've just never been able to look at a tub of water again. I only shower. And I think that there's something that's compelling me to get into this tub, but I don't think I could do it, guys. I don't think I could do it. This is my haunted past.
Do you need an audience? Will that help?
Yeah, maybe that would help.
Okay.
Maybe that's what will unlock it. Yeah, we all trudge into
go
the room.
into the-
begrudgingly.
Nick, bring the kid.
Yep.
Flash, bring
Yep,
the kid.
I bring the kid.
Hex summon Scotty.
Kid, sign up to this website so that you could actually buy tokens to donate. Okay, cool.
All right, so I crawl into I get into the bathtub. I'm fully clothed, but the support of my party emboldens me with confidence, and so I climb in and I kind of settle into the suds.
The hot tub starts to sink down on the pressure plate, and you see it flash past the green and go down a little bit further, just past the green
God.
light.
Go take those clothes off.
Take it off.
The vial with the sudsy water. Who has that?
Yeah.
Do I have that? Who has that?
Mangus has that.
Mangus, give me the vial.
Sure. I'm still in my cubicle.
I catch it. I open it. I pour the vial into the tub.
Making it heavier?
Displacing the water.
Displacing.
Maths.
Yeah. Stephanie.
And then I get out.
This is like solving one of those. You've got
Liquid puzzles.
3 water cans.
Yeah.
Did I drink it, Coastal said?
I think you did throw some of that back.
I think
That's fine. That's fine. No, because I have shape water.
you do have shape water.
I have shape water, and I am going to create the exact amount of water that was in the vial, and I'm going to pour that in the tub as I get out.
Sure. I'm going to say that lights the light.
Yes!
I think you
Who
just
said I suck at puzzle games or dungeons?
You just brute-forced a
I think
dungeon
we
master.
do. I think we do.
I can't wait to find out
wants
what
to go to
the
bed.
actual fucking
Yeah.
solution was.
So we've only got 3 of 8 lights.
So we've got
That's true.
Can I perception the rope in Indolent's room?
Yeah, sure. So you look at the rope, and it looks like there's two mannequins kind of standing there, just like head down.
Yeah.
And there's a rope in between them. And as you approach the mannequins, all of a sudden both of their heads like snap up, and they start animating. And it's pretty clear that one of them is doing a really good job with rigging one end of the rope, and the other is doing a very poor job with the other end of the rope. And a voice kind of crackles out of nowhere, and it just goes,
"Here in the Lost Angleries, we take safety very seriously."
And one of the mannequins lazily makes a random loop with the rope, and all of a sudden they both freeze. And the voice goes,
"Looks like Spiros here has created a very dangerous situation. You there, friend?"
and a bright light just suddenly shines in your face, and it goes,
"What do you think is about to go wrong here?"
Man,
sign up.
like, it's gonna be like a catastrophe, dude. He's gonna lose his arm, man. He's gonna lose his arm, man.
The light that's shining in your face flicks off, and the voice goes,
That's correct. Here in the Lost Angleries, we're all about toking up, ripping that fat cotton, and enjoying ourselves, but not at the expense of anyone else's safety. You there, friend?
and then all of a sudden the light just starts shining in your face again, and it goes,
Yeah.
What do you think the potential consequences could be for endangering the lives of others, potentially ending their ability to be as baked as a can of beans?
I mean, it's like gonna end their career, man. It's my fault.
The light turns off, and the voice goes,
Again, that's correct. Here in the Lost Angleries, we look out for each other, but if we can't help you through a rough high, you're on your own. And nobody wants that. Don't forget the 7 habits of highly effective elves, the first of which is...
Tie a good knot, man.
and the voice goes,
That's right. The second of which is...
Help your friends out with their nuts too.
and the voice goes,
Correct. And the third?
Always double knot a single knot to make sure the knot is double strong.
and the voice goes,
Congratulations, you've passed the safety and training module for the Lost Angleries. You're one step closer towards citizenship and living a life on the high seas, where it's cloudy with a chance of the munchies. We look forward to welcoming you into our fold. And just so I can print your citizenship certificate, your name is...
Spiros elbows.
and the mannequin kind of like opens up, and a certificate shoots out. And your other light in indolence, no, sorry, wrong one.
Yep.
Your indolence light turns green, and Photoshop will not save because I tried to save it too quickly. Give me a second. Doesn't like
We'll
it.
see.
Pretend that one turned
Yeah,
green.
yeah. It'll
and
be
I'll
green
sort
next
this
time.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Can I'm in repentance, staring, confused, and a little bit lost because I may have forgotten what I'm staring at. Skull with a notch over each eyebrow?
So there's a skull. One of the eyes has like a little notch at the top and a little notch at the bottom.
Scarred skull, and on the stool next to it.
Is a so there's like a rotary phone sitting next to the skull, and on the other side of the room there's a statue with a hand.
I look at the skull. It looks familiar.
Mhm.
I reach into my bag of stuff where I have a dagger that surprises me. Do I have the dagger?
You do have that dagger, yes.
I grab that dagger. I look at the dagger. I look at the kid. I mean the skull. I mean the dog. I put the dagger in the skull's eye.
Okay, and as soon as you slide it into place, you hear
I grab the phone. Mahoy hoy.
okay, you pick it up. And you hear a voice go,
Mangus? Mangus, is that you? It's me, Mungus. Are you okay? Boingus is still missing. Have you found him?
Who's missing? Hang on.
Oingus! Oingus, your brother!
Mungus. This is Angus. Oingus. No, oh my god. No, I haven't seen him for a while. I thought he was with you. Also, where are you?
She goes,
I'm at home. I mean, you went out to go and find him, didn't you?
I did. But I couldn't find him. Is that good
Mangus.
enough?
Oh my god.
Excellent at emotionally
The light
opening
turns
up.
on.
she goes,
Oh, that's such a shame. I was sure you would find him by now. What could have happened to him? Do you have any clues?
Oh my god. So many things. But I mean, if I was to be honest, I don't know if he's still alive. To be honest, that's probably the
she
case.
goes,
What do you mean? What do you mean he's not alive? What are you talking about, Mangus? What are you talking about?
Mungus, can you put Dadgus on for a sec?
and then she goes,
Okay.
and then you hear another voice go,
Hey, son.
Dadgus, hi. I was talking to Mungus. She's not going to be able to deal with this, but you remember your other son? Bibgus?
Yeah, Boygus?
Boygus, that's it. Yeah, Boygus. You know how you always found him a little bit, what's the word? Fucking annoying?
Yeah?
Yeah. We were mucking around. We played a bit of that game you taught me. Remember the game you taught me?
The surprise game? Yeah, the surprise game? Yeah.
Surprise dagger. Yeah, that one. Anyway, went a little pear-shaped. I was going to take him to get it fixed up by the sorcerer. Couldn't sort it out. I kind of left him at the edge of a dangerous wood at nightfall and left him to fend for himself. And I came home and I kind of bullshitted a little bit. Mum's going to flip out about it all, but I know you're cool about this kind of stuff. So that's probably where he is. I feel a lot better. That's off my chest. I'll see you Sunday still.
and he goes,
Oh, yeah, that's fine. This is what I did to Uncle Gus back when we were kids too. It's
That's
kind of like
what
a family tradition.
thought so, yeah.
No. If that's what happened to Boygus, Mumgus will totally understand.
Awesome.
It's
If
fine.
you could
I'll
if you
talk
could
to her
tell
if you
her.
want me to talk to her. Yeah. I got it.
That would be great. Hey, all the gold's still good in the fund, right? Like that's still fine. Like I don't need to worry about. We're all still sorted. We're still good. Like we're like comfortably set still, right?
you just
As
hear a boop.
He's gone. He's gone. I don't know what I'm telling.
And repentance, right? Yes, one of the green lights turns on.
Didn't the other one with the dagger?
I look around and it begins to dawn on me that everyone here is confronting their past. I walk into whatever fucking room the kid was in, and look at him and go, "What's your deal?"
And the kid, hang on, let me get the right voice. The kid's like,
My name's Billy, and I just my mum and dad don't love me. They say I was created in a heat of passion, and they keep saying they do lots of big awesome fucks all the time, but I'm just here and they're not looking after me at all. And I don't think they actually have any sort of chemistry with each other. I think they're just sticking around because I don't know why they're sticking around. I don't know why they love each other. They don't love each other. What am I saying?
Just a sidebar, Nick, this was supposed to be a backstory for the character, not a backstory for me. So this one hurts. Back in character. I look at the kid. Hey there, little buddy. And I get down on one knee. I think
Like
that
Steam
right
decks?
now, you might not understand that big fucks and big good fucks are kind of what adults do. And just because they don't love you, that's probably because you you were born out of something meaningless. And look, I think that's on me because, okay, look, I'm going to break it to you. I wasn't always the cool half tree, half manpower, half naked man that kneels before you right now. I used to have a job, and my job was making sure that people fell in love. I reach behind to my butt crack and pull out an arrow with a bunch of hearts on its fucking quill or whatever you call the feather bit.
Fletch, it's literally your name, isn't it? Oh no, it's
thank you. I shout to the other cubicle. I wasn't always Fletch Shaft as well. If you could believe that was the name I was born with. I used to be called Cupid Shaft. And look, when I was a little bit older than you, I was flinging arrows left, right, and center, but it wasn't for love. I was trying to make people do those big hot fucks because I like to watch. And I got fired from the job, which is unfortunate because I was named Cupid legally. So that's why I had to change my name to Fletch. I think that I might be responsible for your being. And so if you'll have me, little man, I'd like to take on the responsibility of making you my own. I rip off my pants again. And
His pants.
Oh shit, that's right. They don't have Velcro, so they just tear. And I'm like, oh god. And I just sort of gingerly tie them around him like a sarong. And I go, there, little buddy. There. And I pick him up and he starts hitting me and going, no, you're not my real dad. I'm like, shh, it's fine, Billy. It's fine. And I walk out and I lift him up like Simba in The Lion King. But my hands are still sweaty from being in the bath, and he slips right through and just drops face first into the ground and cracks his skull open. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. So that's me. That's my backstory.
Looks to light. Nothing still.
I think
I broke my light.
Kick the body a little bit.
The light goes green.
But I will tell you what. I feel like I've emotionally processed something, and this has been good.
In the moment that he realized that you were willing to take him in, the light turned green.
In his heart.
In his heart. We've still got a red light on exhibition and a red light on repentance.
Exhibition can probably... mine had a skull and a phone and a third thing, just quickly.
Yes, it was a statue of a hand.
Wait, in which one?
In
in
repentance.
my one.
Repentance. And I have
Us needs to repent, and you've
thing
got
with the chat page on it.
No,
I
you
put the
have-
glove on my hand. I put the glove on the hand. Glove goes in the
You
hand.
put you put the glove on the hand, and the light turns green.
I literally went like... oh,
So if I put the chat thing, if I put the parchment in the book, does anything
No.
happen?
no.
You all were given something at the beginning of this adventure.
The Scotty scroll.
Oh, someone's.
Gonna have to give it up, man.
Oh, I have to summon
Summon it
Scotty
one
now.
last time to say goodbye. You gotta get rid of the page that can do it.
You have to put the dog
Oh,
in the
spell.
the page was what summoned Scotty.
Yes.
I thought it was just a
Spell
spell
thing.
that I had, and I could use it for the boss fight in the next room.
spell. I think it's
Isn't
You
that
all
what I
thought we
spoke
had a
about?
power weapon for the next room, and it's been
specifically
taken
says
away.
it can't work in the boss room.
It does say Scotty cannot be used in the final boss.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot to read there. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
sentences.
summoned Scotty.
And a loyal dog, a Finnish Lapland glowing blue, appears next to your feet and just looks up at you with a big grin.
And I give her a big hug, and I say, "Do you need a big drink of water?"
And she just kind of like starts jumping around happily, and she sort of like jumps over to the hot tub and is just like expectantly puts her paws up on the side of the hot tub.
Yeah. You can have a big drink of water, Scotty. A big drink of water.
And she starts laughing at the water, and she just looks really happy.
Yeah, nice. And then the book. I put the page in the book, then?
Yeah, so you put the as you bring the page towards the book, you feel it kind of magnetize into the
Okay.
book. And Scardy, as you do that, Scardy kind of like takes one final look at you and kind of dissipates into a series of like blue particles that all fly back into the book, and then the spell book slams shut and all of the lights turn green. The door to the final boss room is now open.
We step out of our rooms, and I can see that Hex is crying, and I am also crying because I've lost
I'm
my
crying.
glove.
You lost your glove.
Nick,
Crying.
what is at your feet?
Acceptance.
You come out. Hey, the door's open.
Weedle Timmy.
Okay. The door finally creaks open, and I assume all four of you step through it.
Sure do. Fly kick my way through it.
You cross the threshold into what feels like a giant arena. The door slams shut behind you, and it's pretty clear that this is the final boss room. The room's big and cylindrical, about 200 feet across. You can't see the roof, but light shines down from above. You also notice that running across the ground from left to right are two long bars of metal inset into the ground in parallel lines. Floating in the middle of the room, about 20 feet off the ground, is a tiny 6-inch high denim pocket with a face. And the pocket screeches,
You left the dungeon! You weren't meant to do that! I was trying to make an entertaining adventure and you screwed it up! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, so meta.
You don't want to borrow this for a sec?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, you seem higher than I am.
and the pocket goes,
I wanted you idiots to replace the idiots that I work with every week. I tried to pick people that would be easy drop-in replacements for their brains. I thought you were better than them, but you're all just the same. How am I meant to expand my empire?
Expand this, dude.
okay. So,
The pocket dies.
the pocket's eyes roll into the back of its head, and you see the threads around its edges begin to undo. The back half of the pocket unflips, and then somehow unflips again, and again, and again. The pocket seemingly producing an ungodly amount of denim until it begins to form into a horrifying eldritch shape. Clawed, muscly arms launch out of its front. Its face contorts into a long snout with horrifying teeth and begins to extend outwards on a long neck, and a huge, powerful-looking spiked tail bursts out of its rear. Giant, muscular legs begin growing underneath the tail. As it grows in size and weight, somehow producing endless amounts of denim into a petrifying new shape, it stops hovering and slams onto the ground with a loud crash that knocks the four of you backwards onto the ground. As you look up at it, Pockety's back tears open and a pair of huge wings erupt outwards. Pockety rears back its head and lets out a horrific roar, which is accompanied by an explosion of flames up from its mouth towards the ceiling. That's right, we said we'd play Dungeons and Dragons, and now we're fulfilling the second half of that title. Pockety is a fucking dragon. Everyone roll initiative.
Yay, dragons!
Okay.
Did I roll that? A B!
Yes.
20?
Yep, 21 with the plus
Do I
one.
just roll a d20 for initiative? Is that how that works?
Oh, you can
There's an
click.
initiative thing next to your
there's
armor
an
class.
initiative.
Whew, 18 with 2.
I got a 16.
Yep.
I got a 20.
Cool.
I can't see what mine is. What did it say?
You got 6.
6.
Oh.
Okay. Pete, you're up first. What do you do?
I'm going to use some kind of perception check to think about how I should be attacking this. What kind of spells I might have at my disposal that would be effective against whatever the hell I'm looking at.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Insight. 18.
Okay, that's good. You can tell that no matter what you do to the pocket, it's invulnerable to every attack. You're going to have to find some other way.
Guys, I don't know what we're gonna do to damage this thing, but like, I'm gonna run away.
I
run to the back of the room.
The rails in the room.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I closer inspect the rails in the room.
Sure. Okay. So you look down at the metal bars running across the room. There's two of them running parallel to each other, inset into the ground, and the bars seem to have something inscribed into them in every single language you know. I'm going to send that to you, Gus. The magic parchment hex suddenly starts vibrating in your hand.
Yes,
and
the magic parchment.
As you put the pieces together in your head, you suddenly hear a distant
Lesser of Two Evils has donated 5 subs. Is that 5 damage?
Okay. So Hex, you have the scroll. I got sent that because I saw something, Nick? Dungeon Master?
Yeah, so that's what you see written on the rails along the ground.
Guys! Sorry, guys! It says hype. And it goes on like that.
So we need to. So I think the chat scroll needs to create some sort of
Train of excitement.
Of excitement to create hype. Do we destroy the dragon with hype, you guys?
With hype?
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. It's going to be you and chat versus me. The hype train is going to obey Smash Brothers rules. The percentage of the hype train will be the damage it does to Dragon Pockety when it arrives. You have got to hold out until the train arrives and not die until it does.
I missed all of that. What are we doing?
We're trying to hold out.
We're trying to keep the hype train going? Is that what you're saying?
No, the train won't arrive until it stops. Until like it can't arrive until it's finished.
Okay,
so
right.
Okay.
It's you versus me as Pockety tries to kill you.
Okay,
Holy
so
shit.
we're just rolling.
But it goes to
defense.
infinity now.
It doesn't stop.
It's not level 5 anymore that it stops. He's like, shrug. Stop donating subs.
Wait, we haven't.
Stop hyping. Yeah, it's going. It's level 4.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
So I just
So does
I
it
have,
attack
I've
us, or
hidden.
we have to attack it still?
The dragon leans forward and attempts to bite you, Spiros. It does a 22, which I assume hits you.
Nah.
It does. I know it does. It does 8 damage to you.
Steph!
Wait, what?
Steph, Steph, no! You gotta stop!
Okay.
No more!
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Mangus?
I attempt to stealthily run disorientate the large pocket dragon by stealthily moving around it, sprinting around it by... Fuck it, I try and backflip over it.
Okay, stealthily
back.
backflip over it. Okay, give me an acrobatics check for that.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
18. Fuck! Yeah, you do it. You backflip over the dragon and land behind it. Until it turns around, you are safely hidden from it. The dragon attempts to bite at Fletch for... does a 17 hit your AC?
Yes. Yes. No, it does. It does.
It does. Okay.
You were so still.
Sorry.
You were very
my superpower.
Now is no time for that bit, Nick.
It does 15 damage to you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit, what are you down to?
Are you dead?
I can't even do that maths. 15 damage. I'm on 8 health.
You're on -7. Oh, right.
No. I'm on 8 health
afterwards.
now.
After, yeah, good. How much health do you have? You lost like 8 damage from cutting your dick off.
Yeah.
You're a healthy boy.
Hex, it's your turn. What do you do?
So I'm sorry. I'm still confused. So we are fighting you with chat, and we can't kill you with spells, but
We just have to survive. Like,
We just have to survive.
Okay,
The train is going to run Pockety over, but it's never going to stop. We've got another 4 minutes because the hype train keeps going up.
Yeah, got it.
So
yeah, that's
by
fine.
giving us
that's
money,
fine.
you're killing us all.
Yeah, perfect. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Charm. No, I can't because it's a dragon.
Wait, no, Pete, isn't it charging up the train that does the damage?
I was going to do more damage when it
It'll
arrives.
do more damage when it arrives.
That's the thing.
Okay, but it can only arrive once because you can't have another hype train start. Okay, so we want it big, but then we want to survive. Okay, how much health does it have, Knife Days?
It has 150 hit points.
Alrighty.
Let's get to level 15 hype train!
So we do want the hype train to be high.
Correct.
Big as possible.
Yeah. You want it to be high, but you also want it to get here before you're dead.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, it's
Okay,
level 9
that's
now, so
that's
And
fine.
in
I'm
3
going.
minutes,
I'm
we'll be
going
here, so
to cast. If I cast invisibility, can I cast it on all of us?
I think you can cast it on one thing that you can touch. So you can cast it on one other person or yourself.
I'm going to cast it on myself and
damn it.
Nick's penis.
Yes. Okay,
Wait,
sure.
which one? Which one?
I don't know, the one that
Attached or
the one that
unattached?
was the
attached.
most the one that was the most useful to our cause.
That one is inside an owlbear.
That's an
Agent Triple B.
owlbear. drank
are we
that.
running out of
Thank you
time?
so
Should we be hastily, Nick, or not? We're
Yeah, we
fine.
should be hastening.
Yeah. Okay, so I run with my invisible dick, and run into the other room and pick up. Was it Billy?
It was Billy.
Yes.
I pick up the corpse of Billy. I run back and take out my bow. I notch Billy and draw back. And I want to cast the attack called... Do I have a special attack or are they all just bullshit? Whatever.
They're all just, I mean, they are what they are.
It's just long, like, is it just longbow? I don't have like some cool, like, you know, corpse shot.
No. I'm just
okay.
gonna, if you're gonna shoot him from the corpse, you're just gonna do whatever.
I'm just gonna I aim and I longbow.
Okay, give me that roll.
It's a 21.
Fuck. Yeah, okay. With all of the strength in the world, you manage to pull Billy back and release. Billy's corpse flies up against Pockety and just kind of slams against it and falls down onto the ground. Pockety turns around and starts to breathe fire. Everyone needs to roll. Nick, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, do we all need to do that or just Nick?
Sorry, just Nick.
22.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I gained
you managed to dodge out of the way of the flames.
Good.
Pete, you're up. Spiros.
Thank you, Pierre, for the 5 gift subs there. Thanks.
Okay. Who I look at the unhealthiest person in the room, which is
Probably Fletch.
Fletch, I believe.
Fletch,
It's a good, oh yeah, hi.
and I cast on this page. I cast a healing word.
Yep.
I cast a healing word that has range. I cast a healing word, and I don't think it can miss. I don't have.
No, it can't. It will
Can't
work.
miss. I'm gonna healing word the shit out of you, and the healing word that I choose is vagina.
How much do you heal him for? Oh,
I heal him for 13
nice.
13 points.
Cool.
Nice.
Vagina.
Thank you.
Mangus, you're up.
We've had too
I'm
much
still out
dick
of range?
this time.
Yeah, you're behind Pockety, who's kind of flapping in the middle of the room, facing the other three.
Spiros, did you just cause damage, or you just
I healed Fletch for 13.
healed Fletch? I'm going to draw more attention.
Who's guts? Yeah, you did. What the shark 10 as well? Jinx.
Oh, thank you, What the Shark. Thank you, use my method. Thank you, Goose.
Oh, this train's gonna kill the shit out of this bucket.
Yeah.
We'll all be dead though when it happens.
I attempt to intimidate the dragon.
Okay. What do you do to do that?
I intimidate with my, I don't know, my look, something like that, just to stun it, keep it confused and aroused.
Okay,
I'm doing
give
a
me-
sexy dance. I do a sexy dance. An intimidating sexy dance.
Okay, give me an intimidation roll. All you manage to do is attract the attention of the dragon.
That's okay, it's still pretty
Pockety turns around and attempts to claw at you. It rolls a. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yes.
It does 12 damage.
Oh, fuck.
Fletch, you're up.
How much health are you on, Mangus?
4.
That's fine.
My sexy dance did not work. Fletch.
I want to just,
Nick, that's you.
I want to just say that I gifted purely out of guilt that the other three did, and now it's
Wait, Nick.
it's entirely up to Nick.
Fletch, we need that.
Is it my turn now?
It is, yep.
Where's Billy's body?
It's just on the ground underneath Pockety.
All right, cool.
He's already dead.
I run and I find Billy. Who has a blade?
Sure, I've got 3 of them, apparently.
Yep, toss me one.
I throw from the other side of the dragon
Oh wow, you're trying to really protect Billy here, aren't we? What am I checking for now?
my dagger over the pockety to Fletcher's hand.
That will just be Dex to do that.
It's a 21. I catch in one hand, and as I bring it down, I slice the boy in twain. He opens up like a sunflower in December, and I enter him. I wear him as a shield, hiding, curled up inside of him like that fucking scene in Star Wars. I am both keeping warm and protecting myself from any sort of denim
Tauntaun
dragon
Billy,
fire.
monster.
I tauntaun Billy, and I then throw the knife that I caught at the pocket.
Okay. Give me a Dex to throw that knife.
It's a 6 because I'm covered in boy and my hand is slippery.
Yeah, the knife like slips out of your hand as you do it, and it kind of harmlessly spins in the air a couple of times and falls down onto the ground beside you. Hex, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere as a distraction on the other side of the room, and I go, whoa! Look at that flaming sphere over there. That's
You shot that
crazy.
health from before now, but that's fine. Let's do flame balls.
It's flaming sphere, you guys. I mean,
Okay.
dragon. Look at that.
You cast it, and it does momentarily distract the pocket.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to give you another opportunity for one more action on your turn as a result.
Then I'm going to cast Charm. No, I can't do that because it's a dragon.
You got any more of those heals?
What heals? I don't heal.
Didn't you just
Only
oh,
I
you
heal.
invisibility?
that was
Yeah.
I don't have healing. I'm a mage, not a healer. I guess I will cast. Is there any water in the room?
There is not.
Only from when I wet myself at the start of the fight.
Hold person is
Billy's
just a
blood.
person.
There's Billy's
There's
blood.
Billy's blood. There's
Billy's blood, use it.
70% water. Is it of a
use it.
body?
Sure is.
All right, I'm going to
Sure
use
is.
shape water to
no.
create a small shape of
Billy.
what does Pockety want most? Pockety
Billy.
wants content. No, that was Beholder. Guys, what does Pockety want more than anything in the world?
Lint.
He wanted
M&Ms.
us. He wanted replacements for the show. So
I shape copies of all of us out of Billy's blood, who just like go blah, 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 and like walk up to the pocket dragon.
Okay.
That's 1 minute. The train's almost here.
Yeah. The Pockety is momentarily kind of just like shocked at the shape of the 4 things approaching it. It attempts to bite them. It bites through 3 of them pretty easily, and just the blood just kind of falls back onto the ground. So you have one walking. You can decide who it is.
It's Mangus, and he's walking around, and he's drinking wine.
Okay.
Blood wine.
Blood wine.
Spiros, you're up. You got the last 30 seconds.
I know, and I'm gonna make a break across the room because I don't know it's actually 30 seconds. So I'm gonna sprint, try and get past to Mangus, the titular, because I want to touch him.
Okay.
Blood Mangus or real Mangus?
Real Mangus. Real Mangus. Do I need to do anything to get across?
No, you can. No,
I get there. I get there and I cure wounds. I cure 12 health.
Okay. You cure him for 12 health. And then
12 health. I take it.
I take it.
There's a rumbling noise.
Oh no.
And in slow motion, the wall begins to erupt outwards as a freight train bursts through it. Going at what feels like 33 miles an hour, it slams into Pockety and pins it up against the wall, killing it instantly. Blue fibers of fabric burst out of it in all directions. The 4 of you look up at the train and you see hundreds of smiling, waving people on top of it, yelling and cheering excitedly. They're all ages, all genders, and all nationalities. Most of them are regular-looking people, but not all of them. Some of them are robots, some of them are animals. And I think you'd agree, they're all a bunch of cuties. Pockety lets out a final death rattle, and suddenly the room becomes endlessly bright. Dazzling white light fills your entire vision. Your ears are filled with an endless ringing noise, and then suddenly there's nothing. Everyone roll a perception check for me right now.
22.
19.
2.
5.
Okay. Pete, you open your eyes first. You're not Spiros Hellballs. You're Peter Burns, and you're sitting in your usual chair in the back pocket studio. With a 22, you open your eyes just in time to see the Pockety plushie.
I thought you meant with a 22 rifle.
No. With a 22 roll, you open your eyes just in time.
As he is wont to do every Thursday.
You open your eyes just in time to see the Pockety plushie floating above the central table, and you could swear you see 4 denim eldritch-looking tendrils hurriedly retracting back into the pocket. But the Pockety plushie drops harmlessly onto the table and bounces off onto the floor. And as the rest of you begin to wake up, you realize where you are and what's going on. There are 4 other people in the studio right now. Behind the lights and the main set, you peer into the rear area and you see Will sitting on the 1s and 2s, Ben hurriedly trying to get the Patreon tiers updated, and myself and Ruby Innes looking very much alive, sitting on the couch, joking and laughing. She thinks I'm so funny, and I'm most definitely her favorite person there. You look at the main screen, which says Back Pocket 2nd Anniversary Stream, and with horror, you see the starting soon timer has about 10 seconds left on it. What do you do?
Coming across in 3, 2.
That's the end of Unraveled. Our Dungeons & Dragons adventure for dice and drama. Thanks to everyone in chat for helping out, especially those of you who contributed to the hype train. A very special thanks to my playtesters, Arcade Blob, Lesser of Two Weevils, Coastal City, and especially my fellow Dungeon Masters, Fourth Reaper, and a pawn called Bishop, who offered invaluable input that made those encounters balanced and offered incredible and hilarious ideas. And of course, thank you not only to these 4 brilliant people for playing, but for letting me do this in the first place. It's a huge amount of trust, and I'm truly honored.
No one else, dude. That was fucking amazing.
So cool. That was so fun.
Thank you so much. Seriously, dude. You're a wonder, and That was so much fun, and only you could have kept us on the rails. Only just.
Well, we aren't obligated to ever play Dungeons & Dragons ever again, so how do we feel?
I want to do a murder mystery.
Yeah, we know Stephanie.
Yeah,
everyone knows.
So we have to redress
that
all
was
of this.
wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
thanks,
awesome.
dude.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much,
it.
Nick. That
so
was
much
wicked.
work went into that.
No worries at all. Thank you guys so much for doing it.
I love the idea that, as you said when we talked about this originally, there's so many like different versions of this that you can do and different sort of themes. Dungeons and Dragons is a fun one, but you put such a different spin on it. It shows how how different these don't have to always be dungeons and monsters and all that kind of stuff. It can be how to host a murder, chat. That's correct. Isn't that right, Steph?
Yeah, or also, we I think we had some success even just playing Secret Hitler on the show and stuff like that. So we can do all kinds of stuff.
Some of us did.
Cool.
Good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I've played a bit of Dungeons and Dragons before, but it was nice to have a take that was about the fun as opposed to the rules of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
which,
for sure. For sure.
There's always everyone rides the line in different ways, but to embrace the chaos takes a wonderful DM to manage to pull that chaos into a cohesive. I guess it has a semblance of a coherent story. There was a hype. There was a trailer at the start. That all made sense.
It was a bit off the rails, but yeah.
It was nice to play D&D that didn't waste my time, but in fact earned me money. So that was exciting as well. I feel like we should give Nick the proceeds of the hype train.
You don't need to do that. That's fine. We could use it to maybe fund more Dyson Drama style things in the future.
Would love to, dude. Totally love to.
That was awesome. That was sick.
Thank you very much, man.
All
No
good.
worries. All right. Well, I guess we'll call it there.
Yeah.
You guys have Monday morning news tomorrow morning? Is that...
Yeah, we fucking do.
Just kidding, guys. He loves it.
Yes, we
He
do.
loves
Yeah,
it.
we do. Cannot wait for Monday morning. Galaxy Oz is going to be our guest in the morning.
Galaxy's great.
Yeah, and she just signed a new thing with Xbox to produce a sort of show with them. So
Who predicted that? Nice.
Who predicted that?
Somebody did.
So that's what will be somebody. Probably the person who hired her would be the first person.
No, I mean somebody mentioned it. Somebody said, "I bet Galaxy's got that Xbox thing," and you were right.
She tweeted that she got a fun email the other day, and I was like, it's definitely that.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, so that might be what you're thinking of.
Yeah,
It's a burn special. Cool.
And
So
then
we'll see you guys in the morning. And then, sorry,
Regular
Pete,
ep this week.
Gus?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Loki Cat suggested a raid, so we'll definitely do a raid after this one. Thank you. And I know everyone was doing it in the chat before, but a huge shout out to Nicrotex in the chat for everyone who was giving you so much love, dude. Like everyone was saying such wonderful things, and
I really appreciate that.
The love runneth over in the chat.
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was so good, man.
dude.
Thank you so much.
All right, end of the weekend. Let's call it there.
Let's call it. Shall we back it out?
Thanks, dude.
Back it up.